Honk.
That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome all to a Friday night stream. It is Friday, January 20th. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you folks had a pleasant Friday and an end to your week. And I hope you folks are ready to try to save Analand some more and in all the surrounding realms and everything by getting the Crown of Kings back. At least that's the plan. I hope everyone's ready for day 2 of the Crown of Kings. I am excited to be back with this game, and I am looking forward to it. So I hope everyone is doing well, and welcome. Before we go any further, just a couple of reminders about ways to support the channel if you haven't done so already. Please follow the channel. That is always the best thing that you can do right off the bat. You can always, of course, support the channel by going over to my YouTube channel and subscribing to me over there. That is free to do. !ArvTube, and you can get all the previous broadcasts of this and many others. My Fighting Fantasy playlist, of which this is a part, is very large. Lots and lots and lots of books over there. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I have a Fighting Fantasy playlist and I have an Inkle Sorcery playlist. Let me rephrase that. But the Inkle Sorcery playlist also leads us through all the previous stuff that we did with the Shamantanti Hills and then everything else. So I'm very excited about that. So you can check that out. And again, subscribe to us over there. Discord, where things are always hopping. !ArvCord is the Discord channel. And of course, Twitter, !ArvTweets is where you can find when I'm going live and posting various announcements and things like that. The website, of course, for this is arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop, as I said, that is going to be heavily under construction, so we have stuff that we have to do there. !ArvTreon is the Patreon, sitting at 20 patrons, $203 per month. Would love to be able to continue to move that up. We are past 200 again, and moving in the right direction is great. But again, I would love to get us to the point where we can do a talisman tournament and to be able to do another Arvanaut Idol. I've had a number of people ask me about that, and I would love to do another writing competition type of thing. Arvanaut Idol, I guess that would be 4, Arvanaut Idol 3 or 4, if we can get that number higher. So definitely something to consider. And of course, you can get cool stuff for yourself individually, as well as getting inspirations to help our players. Same things with subbing to the channel allows us to do that. So that is always appreciated. And if you haven't already done so, please consider, in addition to that, subbing to the channel and getting those custom sub badges and emotes and all that stuff, and supporting the Patreon and the shop, please consider supporting us on the publishing side. !Icarus for my graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library, which is my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and source book from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Gray Shade, which is my novel, which came out last year about everyone's favorite religious assassin. That is going to be coming out. That came out last year, and the sequel to it, Gray Shade, the sequel to it, Renegade, is going to be coming out later this year. Heretic will be coming out next year. The tabletop role-playing game from Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley Entertainment will be coming out later this year, as will the audiobook coming out with Trent Sparks doing the narration. That'll be coming out later this year. So all that stuff can be available to you if you check out that link at !Gray Shade. And as always, !BLM, Black Lives Matter. Very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, which is the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help, and to help others when they need help as well, and reach out to others in that situation. And Ukraine, Ukraine, to help the fine people of Ukraine as they fight back bravely and with great courage against an illegal and illegitimate war, but a war which continues to be devastating and has those effects. This is a way to help stand up and help in our own way, small though it may be, it's significant still, to be able to send the message, not only help them, but also to send the message that we will try to step up in similar situations going forward. With all of that said, that I think is all I need to mention about that. Whoops. Just messed something up. Hold on. Hold the phone. There we go. I just accidentally scrolled down something I wasn't supposed to scroll down. But I think that's the only thing I need to mention about that. So let me get rid of this and let me turn on that. There we go. Hi, everyone. Oh, I am quite yellow in terms of my lighting. That is no good. Let's change that around, shall we? Much better. There we go. Now I don't look all of a sudden as if I was just kind of like, ah. I hope everyone is doing well. I had a very lovely day today. Didn't get a whole lot of work done, but I got a lot of work done in the last couple of days. And I got the chance, most importantly, to hang out with my wonderful daughter. And again, I will publicly say, I announced this on Twitter, but I'll publicly say again, happy birthday to wonderful little Arv. Senevine, my daughter, is 15 today. It's funny how little Arv is really a legacy name now, just thinking about how wonderful she is. She is halfway through her freshman year of high school. So she has been given a goat pun tie. She had asked, she'd wanted to get a tie and she wanted to get it. She loves goats and she wanted to get that. And then she wanted a goat pun. So I managed to get her a tie, which is one of her favorite colors, has a goat on, and it says at the bottom, "Don't worry, I goat this." So puns in place. Very excited about that. And then I got her a goats and trees calendar because she needed a new wall calendar as well. So that was pretty cool. She has a big party that we're going to be holding here tomorrow. It is Beetlejuice themed. And so she's got a full like Beetlejuice costume, and she has some friends coming over that are going to dress up as various Beetlejuice characters. And they're also going to do cupcake wars. I am deeply concerned that I'm going to gain about 100 billion pounds in the next couple of days because we had cake today. We're having cupcakes tomorrow. As just it's going to be one of those things. But no, she's wonderful. She's halfway through the year, so she's gotten a couple of her classes done. She maintains her A average. I will just continue. We're not actually going to play a game. I'm just going to sit here the next few hours and just brag about my kid. No, she is a wonderful person, the light of my life, and I just was very happy to be able to hang out with her. So we actually went up and we drove out of our way to go to kind of a nostalgic restaurant from her childhood. We went to a Noodles and Company, and I know many of you will have been to that, and you'll be like, why is that? It just, there was one that we used to go to all the time in Indianapolis that for some reason she really liked. And so we found one in north central Connecticut that we drove to today. So she had a chance to have some Noodles and Company. And then we actually went to, in Bristol, Connecticut, we went to a clock and watch museum, which has 10,000 clocks. It was a little staggering. Your boy did happen to check out some pocket watches they had there that they had on display. But that was pretty wild. We had a chance to see that, and it was really fun to just sort of hang out and do something a little more interesting. And then obviously a lot of chatting, as we always do on Fridays, and then headed back here. And she's finishing up with my wife doing some more like prep with her room and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty slick tomorrow. And yeah, so I'm super proud of her. If everyone is fortunate enough in their parenting life to have, if anyone is a parent, I know Emily is and has talked about this before, but is lucky enough to have someone who kind of enriches, who's just such a wonderful person to watch develop and grow, and who feels so closely connected as I do with her, then you're very lucky. So it was pretty awesome. So again, happy birthday to my wonderful child who is 15 years old today. My goodness, unbelievable. I remember very distinctly, she was born at home. She was born not actually obviously not in this house. She was not even born in our last house. She was born in the Bronx in Riverdale where we lived, but she was born in a house before the one that we owned in Riverdale where we were just renting. She was born at home. It was winter time. It was cold. There was snow on the ground. And she was born around 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. And so I remember it very well. And what a ride. What a ride it's been. So, but yeah, she's great. So it's been amazing. She's going to be 6'2" and still named Little Arv. No, I think she's slowed down. I think she's going to be taller than her mom is, but she's slowed down quite a bit. I think she'll end up being, she could go through another growth spurt, obviously, but I think she'll probably end up being 5'7", might maybe 5'8". I think she could get up to 5'9", but I don't think she's not going to go beyond that. She's slowed way down in the height thing. Still going to be a little bit taller than my wife is. My son, on the other hand, is going great freaking, gangbusters. So, him, he will. I'm pretty sure he'll get past 6 feet. He could. I don't know. I'm 6'3". I don't know whether he gets to 6'3". He might. He could be even taller than me in the end, but he'll be taller than she is. But yeah, but it is true. Little Arv is just always kind of the little nickname I used on here for her, so the name kind of stuck. And having Little Arv and Mini Arv, was always a big thing. So she likes it. So yeah, having said all of that, Dragonflight, my super secret. I know something about this super secret new project, by the way, and can confirm it's going to be pretty cool. Let's see. And then, that's right. She wanted to hold on to Little Arv until the day her brother wanted to claim it. And he may not, I don't know whether he ever will or whether he'll want to hold on to Mini Arv. I'm not sure. I don't really know. He hasn't quite got to that age yet, because I started streaming when she was younger than him, actually. I started streaming April 2012, right? So she would have been 4, like 4 and 3 months or something like that. And so I started streaming when she was older, but it didn't become more of a thing the way it is now for at least a year or two. So she was probably about 5.5 or so before it became more serious. And I don't know if she actually showed up on stream. I'd have to think about that, because I didn't even use my own cam to show me at first. So he probably didn't show up on the stream till maybe 7 or 8. So he's still got a little bit to go, and he's already appeared, on stream a couple of times, so we'll see. I don't know. I'll be interested to see what happens with him and with her. That's one of the great things about being a parent, is it's difficult, obviously, because you can't confirm everything. You can't know how everything's going to work. But that's also one of the excitements of it, right, is that you don't know how it's all going to work. And so that's pretty cool. What did Vance want for his 17th? Emily, what was it that Vance wanted for his 17th? Yeah, 19, 17, and 12, yeah. Yeah, it's quite something. Oh, Noodles. Yeah, she really likes Noodles and Company. And she likes pasta, but I think she leans more towards Noodles and Company, like I said, is a nostalgia thing. But she also leans towards probably more Vietnamese and like ramen and stuff like that kind of noodle, probably, although she likes all kinds of pastas. So she probably leans towards that, I would say, but yeah, so it was great. Oh, and also she had a dentist appointment today that went swimmingly. Her teeth are great. So it was also that. She was just like, she was like, happy birthday. So they brought in this little candle, and like single candle, and then just like, sang her quickly happy birthday, and then she blew out the candle. They're very nice at this place. It's a pediatric dentist, and she's in that strange limbo state where she's now 15, right? So in 3 years, she's going to be obviously going to an adult dentist, right? She'll no longer be a kid. But it's just funny because she's in that in-between state when you're like anywhere from like, 3, 4, 5, and then all the way up to, like 10, maybe 11 or 12. It all kind of fits. And then there's a certain age where you're in a kind of weird limbo state. I remember going to my pediatrician when I was like 17, and I had been going to him since I was like, for 10 years, since I was like 7. And I remember just being like, and him being like, well, looks like we're going to be moving on from each other soon. And I was like, yeah, like, that was funny. Like the fact there's a certain state where you're like, well, time to move on. So, hey, Genley, good to see you. And welcome. And hi, Mrs. Dunsel. And thank you also to everyone who sent along good wishes. Emily did, Mrs. Dunsel did, Echo did, a number of other folks contacted and reached out and said happy birthday. And I have passed all those on and will continue to pass them on. So she says thank you and I say thank you. She is a hugely important part of my life, as you all know, and both she and my son are. And so it's been great to see that. And I've been thinking a little bit about that as well, because I mentioned the other night that I've been reading through the Tintin books with my son. My father introduced them to me. I read them all and loved them. My daughter has read them all and loved them with me. I read them all to her, and I'm reading them now to my son, and he equally loves them all. And so I think we're like at Crab and the Golden Claws, which is like book 5 or something. So I've been thinking a lot about those, kind of milestones that we go through and fit. So that's kind of cool. So welcome, Genley. Good to see you. I hope it's good to see you as always, sir. And I'm hopeful to be able to see you more as you're able to find the time and everything. It's always good to see you. But now the time has come, chat, for us to get back into the land of... Oh, well, sorry, one scheduling note. Tomorrow, we have got Eberron as we continue with day 2 of Season 3, of Part 1 of Season 3 of Eberron, Oracle of War, Dogs of War, as we continue with Parliament of Gears. So that's going to be happening tomorrow and is not to be missed. And then on Sunday, we should be playing our pre-recorded versions of Speculate Girl by Moonlight. That, again, will be recorded, the finale of Speculate Girl by Moonlight Fractal Spire. They are recording that, I believe, as we speak, if I'm not mistaken. So there's going to be that. And then we have got, next week, we've got stuff coming up. Tuesday, we're going to be playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders. That is the Patreon-fueled chat chosen game of the month. And then I'm going to be playing some D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh over on Pen and Pixels. And then tomorrow, and then Tuesday evening, a reminder, we have the Arvocalists making their triumphant return. The Arvocalists will be back, and I am excited to also announce that there will be a surprise happening on Tuesday that you will not want to miss as the Arvocalists continue their playthrough of Citizen Sleeper. So you will definitely want to be here for that. That's going to be cool. And then off Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, we have got... Friday is Court of Blades. That Friday, a week from today, Court of Blades, as I step back on the other side of the screen, so to speak, and move into the player role again with Mike as the more than capable GM. And then on Saturday, Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks returns. So, and then, of course, Tuesday the 31st, the premiere of Shire Adventures. So a lot of good stuff happening. Very excited about that. With all of that, let us get into saving the world, chat, so to speak. Let's get into a little bit of Crown of Kings. And just give me a second. I just said it was good to see you, and I hope that all is well, and look forward to seeing you around here whenever you're able to make it. And that was basically all. that was all. Okay, right, that one. Let's do that. All right, bear with me. There we go. Yeah, I love it. Oh, so good. Okay, so in our last session, it was rather productive, I would say. We made our way up from here all the way up these stairs. We ended up having a run-in with a spikehawk in the bush over here. I guess it might have been here. A run-in with the spikehawk, and that was an interesting experience. The creature, we ended up accidentally stepping on its eggs, and it was a thing. Anyway, we managed to get through that. We got up here, and then there were these 3 caves, and chat decided in its infinite wisdom that what it should do is throw a fireball into a cave that had hoof prints in front of it. God knows what we did to the super friendly Minotaur that would have destroyed the Archmage of Mampang and given us the Crown of Kings, but we'll never know because we decided to throw a fireball into the cave and obliterate whatever remained. So we did that. We went into the middle cave, ran into this little creature that howled a lot but was not dangerous. We also fought a skunk bear in the leftmost cave. We did manage to win. Other than that, the caves was kind of a wash, and I was a little bit worried because our health situation was not great, and we have prayed already to our god, the spirit of the fox. Because of that, the spirit is not going to listen to us for a while. Hold on a second. Hold on, Chad. I'm going to finish this quick summary, and then I got to run downstairs and see my daughter wants to show me her final form room, as it were. So we did that. We went and decided. So I was a little bit worried about the health situation, but we bypassed a bridge, which looked really dangerous. Found a rock that had moss on it. We ate the moss because we remembered that the moss was actually good for us. Sure enough, it counted as a provision, and we restored more stamina. So we have 14 out of 18 stamina. 4 gold. We have 3 raw bits of food. It would be nice if we could ever find a campfire. That would be lovely. But otherwise, we are making our way on the way to try to get to this place right here, the Mampang Fortress. So here's hoping we can do that. But in the meantime, we are making our way bit by bit. All right, I'm going to go down and just quickly check this out, and then I will be right back. So hang tight, chat. Enjoy the wind noise. Okay. Chat, my daughter's room is almost fully clean, y'all. It's looking good. She's freaking set it up the way she likes it. My wife helped her out with it looks good. It's looking good. So yeah, it's all coming together. I feel in general in this house we've been I feel like we did much better than we ever did with our older place in getting moved into it. I think because the other place there was always this sense of it being a little bit temporary. Like we liked the house, but we were always like, do we want to stay here? Whereas this place, we're like, this place is awesome. Like, so there's no question about it. So paradoxically, it means that it's easier in a way to kind of just like get stuff moved in and feel good about it. So yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so it's looking good. Hi, Prince Justin. And Genley, I was just talking about the fact that it was my daughter's birthday. So I was excited about that, and I was just talking a little bit about that. But yeah. All right, so we did all that good stuff. Oh, and also, I suppose you might all like to see the polls, wouldn't you? Like to see your poll window. That might be useful. Like that. There we go. Okay, so we did all that, and now we are here, and we are continuing on. So we have a lot of items. We've used a lot of spells. A reminder that when we use spells, some spells take stamina. And those spells, obviously, stamina is something which you only get back when you rest. And you have to have eaten a provision during the day or you don't get any points back. Now, we have eaten a provision because we ate the moss, which is really great because that not only healed us, but also counts as a provision, I believe. So when we get a chance to rest this evening, we might get even, assuming we do everything okay over the course of the day, close to 17 out of 18 stamina. So fingers crossed, but that puts us in a good position. Hey, Triffid, good to see you. Triffid, I saw your message and will respond in due course as soon as I can. Today and tomorrow are pretty freaking jam-packed because of daughters, stuff like that. But I will get back to you, and thank you for the info, and that's helpful. So thank you. So yeah, so 17 out of 18 stamina would be nice if we can get there. We'll see. So anyway, spells use stamina, so there's that. Also, some spells do not use stamina and simply use items. Now, we have a lot of magical items that we've built up over the course of the adventure, so there are a lot of things that we can cast, but there's some things that we can't. A medicinal potion, for example, is something we would use to cure disease with a spell called Dock. We don't have a medicinal potion, so there's certain things like that we don't have. But most of the spells that require a material component, we do have a lot of those material components, and those generally don't use stamina. So that's good. So I think we're in decent shape. I'd like to have at least a campfire where we could cook some rations. And other than that, I think we're in fairly good shape. So let's get to it. The path crosses a rocky plateau which rises gradually. The sun has reached its highest point now. You're almost in the peaks now with sheer drops opening on either side. The plateau is relatively sheltered. Okay, I don't actually remember whether we decided what we're going to do, so I'll just throw up a poll here very quickly. It's midday. We could rest if you want. We don't have to. We could also just keep on rolling. So I will just put a quick poll up there. $ vote space 1 means rest. $ vote space 2 means make a move. So what would you like to do? Keep on rolling or rest here? It's midday, so I don't know. I mean, it's relatively sheltered, so there's that. But yeah, $ vote space 1 means we rest here. $ vote space 2 means we move on. Move on down the road. So yeah, good to see you, Triffid. And Triffid, I don't know if you heard what I said, but I did get your message, and I will respond in due course. Like I said, today and tomorrow are going to be pretty packed because of like daughter birthday stuff, but I will respond in due course, as they say in the Scottish Parliament. And thank you. That's helpful information. So thank you. Do you want your small business to succeed? It's true. If you want your small business known as Stop the Archmage from taking over the world and destroying the world and Analand falling into chaos and ruin, then, you need an artist. Okay, cool. But thank you, yeah, for the info. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, last call, last call. Last call. Last call going once. Last call going twice. And I'm going to put this over there, actually. Okay. We are moving on. Make a move. But there is no time to waste here. All right. I am not going to have us go backwards. We just came from there, so along the pass. A sheer rock wall stretches high on your right while the drop is to your left. You follow the path as it curves around. Thin heat beats down from an empty sky. The path quickly narrows and you have to press yourself against the wall at times. You follow the trail round a corner, stopping short in view of a jutting ledge. The path turns to fresh mud pressed with hoofprints. Quick note, by the way, Chad. Hey, Dragon Spear. Oh. Thank you for so kindly, Emily, for quoting the amazing quote from Big Boss about that. Very grateful to hear that. It's awesome. Okay, so the path turns freshman pressed with hoofprints. Now, whenever we get in a situation where there's some place to like look and gather more information, I'm not ever going to ask chat about that because it's silly to go back and forth when what chat wants to do is get information. So in a situation like this, I'm just going to look at the prints. If there's something where I feel like it's likely that it's going to be kind of you do this choice, you won't be able to do another choice, then I will bring it up to chat. But otherwise, this stuff is just information that I'm going to gather. So, okay. The prints are similar to ones you saw before outside the cave. You continue upwards, sweating under your pack, head low. But as you wind around a bend, a voice like gravel calls out, "Halt!" Okay, so now let's see what we've got. What are we going to do, chat? We can either stop, draw our sword, look up, dance, disco, inferno. No, okay, we're not going to do that. So stop, draw our sword, or look up. What do you want to do, chat? $ vote space 1 to stop, $ vote space 2 to draw our sword, or $ vote space 3 to look up. This is a good situation of what I mean. This is a case where looking up may or may not be like gathering information. And so this is something that chat has to decide, I think. Hey, Mar. I'm over snow after Christmas. Man, we were driving, when we were driving today back from this, place we went up to, the noodle place, and then we went to this museum and whatever. When we were driving back from that, we passed it's not a mountain, but basically like a snow area. And like the hills looked so freaking sad. Like there were some people out there, but the snow was just pathetic. Even the sort of artificial snow. And I was like, you know what, honey, I want us to go, we can go snow tubing hopefully as soon as we get any snow at all. But like either we have to go way further north or we just have to wait until we get some actual snow on the ground because it was sad. Like, and a lot of snow producers who were in those kind of marginal areas, snow producers I know even in Vermont and New Hampshire and so on have had a little bit of struggle. But if you got into like the ones that Ski Sundown, which I always knew was a Connecticut kind of staple and everything back when I was in high school, a lot of that stuff just has not been covered well. So less snow in the world. If I wanted to live in Florida, I'd live in Florida, man. I like the different seasons. I mean, I don't love when I get like 6 feet of snow every other day. I would not want to live in Buffalo during the winter, right? But I'd like a little bit. I mean, this has been a dud of a winter, and my kids really miss it because they'd love to do some snow tubing at least, and maybe a bit of snowball, snowman creating, snowball fighting type of thing. Okay, last call. All right, we have 2 votes for Florida Cal's all season summer's boring. Yeah, I like a little bit of snow, I do. And actually, because we live near the ocean, we had a very strange experience last winter of actually walking down to a local beach, like right near us. It's like a 1.5 block away, basically. And like, digging up and just, making snowballs from the snow that was on the beach and just tossing it out into the ocean. It was a very strange experience that I have never had before, never having lived near the ocean. Yeah, there was that one period of time, right, Mrs. Dunsel, in the New York tri-state area, I think in December, where about like maybe 7 to 10 days it was pretty cold. And other than that, nothing. There's been some precipitation, actually. There's been rain and stuff like that, but there has been very little in the way of like, I mean, it's been much better on my heating bills. That's true. But like in terms of any kind of, there's been nothing. We've had like a dusting and then like a couple snow showers here and there. Supposedly next week there's going to be some sleet on Wednesday, and there might be a storm that they're tracking depending on how things go for Thursday, so maybe, but just nothing at all. And as I say, I grew up in Connecticut and I liked having some snow here and there, you know. So anyway, but yeah, Cal all season summers. That was what my dad always used to say. He always used to be like, oh, it's like a San Diego day. And it was always like 75 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, low humidity, which is nice. But like, I don't know that 75 degrees, low humidity, not a cloud in the sky all year round. I'm not sure that, I don't know, that would be exciting all the time, you know. All right, we are going to look up. Whoops. Sorry. We're going to look up. Looking up, you see two creatures, half human, half goat. Unlike the tales you've heard, their torsos are those of muscled humans, but supported by hairy goat legs. Two stubby horns sprout from their foreheads, and the two women hold spears at the ready, standing on an unreachable ledge of rock above you. What is your business? One demands. So there they are, chat. If every day is a sunny day, then what's a sunny day? Exactly. So you can say either who are you or I mean no harm. So let me clear that. Simple vote. $ vote space 1 says, sorry. $ vote space 1 means who are you? $ vote space 2 means I mean you no harm. What do you want to say to these two fine people? There's a kind of, I'm telling you though, there's like a rough charm to it that I really like about the illustrations in these books. Okay. I'd hang with these two. So yeah, $ vote space 1 means that you are voting to say, who are you? $ vote space 2 means you are voting for I mean you no harm. So get in your votes now, chat, please. Remember, this relies on you. We need chat to make these decisions as we work together to navigate the crown of kings. These feel like these feel like the people who run like the local cafe, who are like really awesome people that are like, you know, they feel like they're either like 65 or 175. Like they feel like they've been there forever, but they don't seem to have ever aged. They just look exactly the same at all the times, right? And they're just like, and they're kind of like, hey, you know, so they seem gruff, but they're amazing and awesome. Like that's kind of what they remind me of. It's too busy. Yeah, but what I like about it, though, is that it's not photorealistic, obviously. There's an element of kind of, I don't know, there's a character to it, I think is what I like about it. There's a character to it. There's something that sort of gives it a kind of life and vitality that I appreciate. So that's true. Why don't we get to ask where their bookstore is? That's true. Where's your bookstore? Yeah, you feel like there would be some like no nukes for like your local neighborhood bumper sticker or something right nearby. Note, by the way, the perspective of the spears. I love this. It's sort of subtle, but the spear coming towards you, so you get the impression that it's like sort of immerses you in it. All right, last call, chat. Last call. We've got tied 2-2. Who are you? And I mean you no harm. But I see what you mean, Dragon. I just, you know, I kind of like the, it gives it a kind of, I don't know, feel somehow, like a certain vitality. Je ne sais quoi. What say you, chat? I need someone to break this tie. $ vote space 1 for who are you? $ vote space 2 for I mean you no harm. Probably don't need to think this through too much. I don't think either one of these is necessarily much better than the other, so. Hey, what's up, Echo? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the kind words. Hey, what's up, Ballsteg? Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard you were traveling today. Safe travels. Safe travels. And we are here 3-3. So we've got a tie vote of 3-3. So we still need someone to break this tie. So welcome, Ballsteg. Yeah, thank you for the birthday wishes, Echo. I passed them along, of course, to my daughter, and she is grateful. So, and thanks you. Choosing between who are you and I mean you no harm. $ vote space 1 is who are you. $ vote space 2 is I mean you no harm. Hey, what's up, Hillness? Okay, we still need someone to break this tie. I can thank Google Calendar. I thank Google Calendar. Good to see you, Hillness. I still need someone to break this tie. 4-4. I like the idea that while we're thinking this through, they're still staring at us, just like, you know, they got their spears, whatever. You know? Like while this is happening. All right, great. Closed. That's true. She still likes Little Arv. She still prefers Little Arv as a nickname. But yes, thank you for Hillness for the birthday wishes. 15 years young. 15 years young. Okay, so I mean you no harm. I mean you no harm, you call back. One laughs. We will be the judge of that. The other snarls. You have trespassed here, traveler. We are the Hoofborn and will protect our home from outsiders. Where are you traveling? All right, well, that went well. So we can say, I intended no offense. We can say, we can tell them something. We can say, it is none of your concern. Or we can walk away. All right, chat, what do you want to do? Oh, Mini Arv, right? Her birthday's today. Her birthday is today, Dragon. Her party's tomorrow, but her birthday is today. No, she's on the cusp. She's on the cusp between Capricorn and Aquarius, which is funny because she loves goats and she loves water. She loves pools and she's a huge fan of like water parks and she loves snow, like basically any form of water-based stuff she tends to like. She drinks only water, you know. So yeah, she's on the cusp between Capricorn and Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Capricorus. Age of Capricorus. Capricorus. Harmony and understanding. All right. Capricorn in 2 weeks, that's right. No one died during our last talisman session. We had, what happened in our last talisman session? They followed these people that apparently something screwy happened in Sepulcher, where basically these humans calling themselves redeemers, who basically were trying to remove the evil of the graveyard as they saw it, came in and basically messed up a bunch of ghouls and took the talisman that is there out of the tomb and then fled north with it. And so the party a bunch of ghouls, when that happened, got turned into like pleasant animals. So everything is just wrong. So the people now, the party is following to try to track them down, and they have found the camp, they think, but they also ran into a bunch of shifted creatures. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking out the VOD. There were some very funny moments involving a bear-sized squirrel and a silver acorn. And also, yeah, there's like a lot of stuff. It was pretty cool. That's true. Everything always bad happens. That's right. Yeah, but she was told... I get confused about that, though, Dragon Spear, because she was told that she's on the cusp between Aquarius and Capricorn. I don't know why. She was born in 2008. She was born around 7 p.m. Eastern. I know, like, nothing about zodiac signs except that I'm a Virgo, which is funny because Virgo has very little to do with most of my personality. So I have very... I don't know. I'm just reporting what I've heard. Okay, did I last call this? I did last call it. Going once, going twice. All right. So we're going to tell them something. You take a moment to prepare a reply. Are these creatures servants of the Archmage, or are they his enemies? Okay, so now let's see what we've got. I come from Analand, and I journey to Mampang. That's true. We come from Kare off to sell goods in Mampang. That is a dirty lie. Or we are from the Southern Plains with no destination. I guess that's sort of the middle road. That's also not true, but it's not as untrue as the second one. But we also could tell the truth. I mean, they don't live in the fortress. They live outside the fortress. So, you know, it's quite possible these could be enemies of the Archmage. Could be. Tell her she's with cool company. Yeah, I know. Well, I know, are right in the middle of Aquarius. So, yeah, but there is such a thing, though, as cusp, though. I mean, that definitely is true. There definitely is a thing. I'm you know... There is that word in the dictionary. Interesting. But what's interesting, though, is that you picked the goat. Did you... So, but is that then... Was that actually your sign, Arudinel, or not? It was just you picked it because you liked it? What's up, Drew? Green Day wrote and recorded an album called Cigarettes and Valentines before being shipped off to press. The mastered reels were stolen from the studio. Band then had to quickly write and record another album to replace Cigarettes and Valentines. The album that they made is American Idiot, which to date is their best-selling album. So you just picked it. That's cool. That's interesting, Drew. Very, very interesting. I wonder what to make of that. I wonder if, like, the first one would have been worse or what. That's interesting. You just like goats. Ah, well, see? So you chose it based on that, and then the predictions were... Well, see? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, good to see you, Drew. All right, last call, everybody. So far, we only have 2 votes in. I come from Analand, and I journey to Mampang. I come from a land down under. I journey to Mampang thunder. From Kare off to sell goods in Mampang, or from the Southern Plains with no destination. Can you hear the thunder? You better take cover. Oh. Boop boop doo doo. Boop boop doo doo boop doo boop 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 doo boo. Boop boop doo boop doo boop boop. We hold 2 spears at your throat now. Dun 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 dun. We're suspicious, but we might not be dangerous. Do 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 do. Because it's Final Destination. You like Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition that explains your sign of Aquarius? Oh, man. Oh, no. Our new friends. All right. Going once. Going twice. All right. I come from Analand and I journey to Mampang. I come from Analand, and I journey to Mampang, you declare, unafraid who should hear your words. Mampang, she hisses, the cursed place. And what is your purpose? All right. So we know that they think that Mampang is cursed. So what will we say? I will recover the crown of kings to find a lost heirloom. Actually, wait. Lost heirloom. Or I will not say. All right, chat. What do you want to say? Did I see the Final Fantasy 16 as a June release date? I did not. Yeah, they think. No, they know that it's cursed. I mean, they're right about that. Like, I'm not denying it. They're definitely right. Oh, good. I'm glad chat's all on the same page. Chat's like, everyone points the other direction. But anyway, yeah, so that's interesting. Final Fantasy 16 coming out then. Boy, I have heard, I don't know why. I think I've been so dialed in on I saw a lot of ads for Forspoken, and I've seen, and obviously I've been so dialed in on Jedi Survivor. I've seen stuff on that, but I had not heard anything about the next Final Fantasy. That's interesting. And coming in July, Renegade. Yes, it's going to be coming out in July, chat, before Gen Con. So if you have read Greyshade and you're like, I can't wait, and you've like rushed over to give reviews, have you? That would be lovely. On Amazon, and you've been like, Greyshade's amazing. What's next? Renegade, the sequel, is coming in July. And our hope, of course, is that we're going to get other people interested, get more reviews, get more attention paid, etc. I came out in July 1986. Ah, well, that was a more important coming out, Arudno, for sure. To find a lost heirloom. Yeah, Ballsteak knows I thought it was okay. Yes. That was definitely the language I think you used too. You were like, it's all right. Book's okay. I've read worse. All right, last call. Yeah, interesting, Hillness. I wonder why too. Yeah, it holds up to the first book. As I say, it's been lovely to get not only obviously excellent edits naturally that include constructive suggestions, feedback, things to change, and so forth, but also a lot of very positive, oh my God, this is awesome type of language. And from a highly respected, award-winning editor like Emily, of course, that's worth even more. So that has been very nice. And hearing other people who have read it have similar feelings, like Big Boss, is very gratifying. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, I mean, I worked hard on these books, and I'm proud of them, and I hope that we continue to build up sort of interest in them, and I'm going to try everything I can do to stick the landing with the last book, Heretic, as well. But I'm excited to have Renegade come out and to be able to talk about it, and I'm excited for the when we get the cover of the new book and stuff like that. We'll make announcements about Athos. Will make all the announcements about like cover artists and all that kind of stuff down the line when we're in a position to do that. But yeah, I'm excited for book 2 of the Grey Assassin trilogy, following up on book 1. So, and of course the tabletop game and the audiobook of book 1 from Tren. It'll be awesome. Okay. We are going to find a lost heirloom. Okay. To find a lost heirloom. Do not mock us, stranger, the Hoofborn retorts. We are an isolated people, but even we know respect. Unlike yourself, it seems. So, what do we say? Do we say, do not test me? Do we say, I am not used to strangers? Or do we say, I meant no offense? Or, listen, clown, if I wanted to hear from a Pan cosplayer, I would have... That's the option we don't choose, chat. All right, so do we say, do not test me, I am not used to strangers, or I meant no offense? Oh, well. Still, Emily, with as much work as you put in on that book, You know, and based on everything that was set up in Night Ivy, you know, Inkbloom is going to be, I'm sure, you know, really, really solid, really good. So. You tried to vote for 4, Illness? I no longer want like it was 2 clowns. Now I crave goat stew. Rah! Well, they are, you know, listen, I mean, this is the deal though, Runo, right? Like if you live, you know the drill, right? If you lived like near, I don't know, like if you lived on a small planet, like say you lived on Endor, right? And you're right near the new Death Star. I don't know that you'd be, and you're the forest moon that provides the shield. You'd probably be pretty suspicious of anyone who shows up, right? You're just kind of like, they're like, hey, is anything good to do around here? You're like, who are you? Are you with the Empire? Right? Like, no, really great. Really great. Better than really solid. Yes, I figured as much. But again, chat, it's all about diplomacy. It's about diplomacy. I mean, look, these are, you know, I'm sure they're like, what's the deal with you? And these are the Hoofborn. It would be funny, actually, if you could customize it somehow, right? And you could say something like, listen, I'm from Maine, you know? And they're like, we do not know Maine, but or we did not realize you were from Maine. We apologize, stranger. And, you know, they'd be like, if they were like, oh, Maine, I'm sorry. All right, last call. Last call. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Okay. I meant no offense. Everything about you offends me, the creature replies. Enraged, the Hoofborn guards give a scratching yell and raise their spears ready to throw. Perched above you, they have the clearest of advantages. We Hoofborn never miss, one shrieks. Well, this is interesting. Well, we can... Oh, let me load up. Hold on a second. Let me load the spell thing that we happen to have. Maybe this was one of those deals where we needed to be like, I punch you in the face, and then they're like, ah, yes, now we understand and respect you. I don't know. Okay, we can charge, unless if they never miss, that could be a problem. Or we could cast a spell. Let's see what we got. Loading Skyrim to kill 1,000 goats. So zap. That creates lightning. Requires 3 stamina. Counters Zen. So we could use zap. Cast zap. Three stamina, but lightning. 3 stamina is a lot, but alright, so we got that. Zip is teleportation. We do have a green ring, and that's interesting because teleportation, I could see scenarios where that could also be useful. I could see that being useful. Cast zip. And does not take stamina. Cause teleportation. Okay. So we've got that. We could cast... Why would we do that? We could cast Dop. So we could open locks and doors. I don't know why that's useful, but... Doors, 1 stamina. We can do that. We could cast Cause Slowness. Could also have value, although it does take a stamina, but... Okay. Dud creates an illusion of treasure. I don't know. I don't know whether they're going to accept that. So we can just be like, here, have this treasure. I don't know. That seems a little... Seems a little obvious, like... Wait, good people. We could cast... What the heck? X. I don't know what the heck X is doing there. That's interesting. We could cast... Let's see. The other one is W, right? Wall. Create an invisible wall. There are some good spell possibilities here. That also creates... that creates an invisible wall, which may also have value. Because it would probably prevent them from hitting us with the spear. That's 3 stamina, but I could see that also. So we have a few different options here. Or, I think that's all we have are these 3, those choices. Or we could run. Alright, so, chat, we could charge, but they do have spears and they're up above us. So, if you've ever seen the movie The Rock, don't challenge someone when they're in an elevated position. We could do that. We could cast Zap, which creates lightning. That's 3 stamina. We could cast Zip. That causes teleportation. That could also work because it could get us out of the way in that we have a green ring. We could cast Dope, which is open locks and doors. That's useless here. We could cast Doze. I could see that maybe slowing them down. That might have value. That's 1 stamina. We could cast Dud. That creates an illusion of treasure. That's 1 stamina. But I feel like if they're saying, hey, you need to respect us, being like, oh, look, here's treasure, doesn't do that, but maybe. Cast Wall. I could see that having value. You create an invisible wall. The spears won't hit you, but it is 3 stamina, so it's a little expensive stamina-wise. Or we could run. So all of those are options. So yeah, so $, vote, space, 1 is charge, 2 is Zap, 3 is Zip, 2 is Zap, lightning, 3 is Zip, teleportation, 4 is Dope, open locks and doors, 5 is Doze, cause slowness, 6, Dud is illusion of treasure, 7, Wall, create a visible wall, and 8 is run. Which spell asks so we can get a better commission rate in their bookstore. Trying to think, the only way that we could have handled that differently, I think, is if we were just super aggressive from the beginning. Like we said we were going to Mampang. I guess we could have said we're going to retrieve the Crown of Kings. I guess we could have been honest, fully. Or we could have been like, we could have, when they said the whole thing about no offense, we could have been like, don't test me. Like we could have been like, oh yeah? You know, maybe that kind of would have worked. I don't know. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. The Crown of Kings might be an issue. I mean, we do know that they hate Mampang, so that's a positive. I don't know. Deception and cowardice all the way. All right, last call here. All right, going once. Going twice. All right, cast Zip it is. You may never miss, but what happens if we teleport? With the power of our ring. Z. I. P. Cast. Zip. You weave the enchantment, trusting to luck as the ring of green metal on your finger begins to gleam like a serpent's eye. You close your eyes as your body is wrenched away. You appear further down the path, hidden behind a large boulder. Where did he go? One of the Hoofborn says, her voice drifting down. We should head upwards, prepare an ambush in case he tries to attack the village, her companion replies. Then you hear the sound of them clattering up the side path. You are now safe to continue on the path, but trying to visit the Hoofborn village would not end well. The path runs in both directions along the chasm edge. Okay, well, guess we're going onwards then. All right, well, we avoided being speared, so there's that. You look along the edge of a sharp ledge which looks down into the deep chasm. The gap is wide, but across it you can see a path winding through the mountains towards Mampang Fortress. A rope hangs suspended in midair above the chasm. Its near end is coiled up neatly on the path. Okay, as always, chat, I'm going to use this to look first because this is just getting information. So looking at the rope, you look suspiciously at the rope. It's dangling quite unsupported in the middle of the chasm. Okay. Look down into the chasm. You lean over, looking down the chasm. At the bottom, you can make out a rocky path that winds out of view. It is all but hidden below a layer of fog. Okay. Looking to your right, you notice the trail continues. You think you see a bridge in the distance. Interesting. All right. So we have a few choices here, chat. We can, as it says, we can test the rope. Let me put this one down here for the moment. We can use our rope ladder, because we do have one. So we could use our rope ladder to descend into the chasm. So we could do that. We could cast a spell. Let's see what we've got. Cast a spell options. We've got S, U, S. We could sense danger. That could, I can see value for that potentially. That uses 1 stamina. Sense danger. 1 stamina. Okay, so we could do that. That's all we have for S. We could... Mage protects us from magic. Could cast Mage. 1 stamina. Okay. We could, let's see... Read minds. That requires a skull cap. There's no one's mind to read. Plus, we don't have a skull cap, so never mind that. We have F-A-R. We could see the future. Now, we do have a crystal orb, so we could see the future. We could cast Far. We could do that. Requires a crystal orb, and that doesn't cost us any stamina. We could also cast Fall, which lets us float in air. It requires 1 stamina. Problem is, though, I don't know that that gets us across the chasm, though, but maybe. So, and that does take 1 stamina. Float in air. 1 stamina. Or we could cast... M, T, F, T... S and I did S, M, F. I didn't do H yet. Or we could do How, which is find safe passage. This is another one where I feel like a lot of these are decent options, actually. So How is find safe passage. So that's another choice. That's only 1 stamina. Or we could make a move, so we could just try to move on. Make a move. Okay. So there we go, chat. I know, a massive wall of text is true. So we can test the rope that's just floating in the middle of the air in the chasm. We could use our rope ladder to descend into the chasm below. We could cast Sus, that's 1 stamina, to sense danger. We could cast Mage to protect us from magic. I don't really know what that does, but 1 stamina. I mean, in this situation. We could cast Far, which lets us see the future. That's not going to cost us any stamina because we do have a crystal ball. We could cast Fall, which lets us float in the air. Again, I don't know how that gets us across the chasm, but that's 1 stamina. We could cast How, which allows us to find safe passage. That costs 1 stamina. Or we could make a move. So $ vote space 1 to test the rope. 2 for rope ladder, 3 for sus, 4 for mage, 5 for far, 6 for fall, 7 for how, 8 for make a move. What say you, chat? Does it actually show the rope? It doesn't. It shows us the bridge, but... Be interesting to note, by the way, the Argbad crater. So in here, there's like a hut. There's this, right? And then you've got the fortress itself. So it'll be interesting whenever we get across this, however we get across, and we go back this way. When we get up to this spot, and we're going to have a decision to make about whether we go down here and around this way, right? Or whether we go here to try to find out what this deal is, or whether we go in here to find out what this deal is before we head up this way. And even up here, we could theoretically go up here and like cross over these bridges, although I don't know why we would do that. And then there is, of course, the chasm itself. But the other thing is, too, up here, where is it? Like out of this crater, there's like what looks like, I guess it's a river, which extends upwards. I guess we wouldn't be able to get to that one. So eventually we're going to have to worry about this front gate. It looks pretty freaking impassable the rest of the way. This imposing structure. Mostly I'm using this as an excuse to look at the map some more. Where are my poles at? Okay, last call. Last call, last call. Yeah, I saw that breach. But the thing is, though, there's a breach, but I don't know that it's accessible to us. Like, there is a breach here, but how do you get there? There's a door here, like a little door, which is maybe we'd have to, you know, something to check out. The big door here, but how do we even get to this breach? Like, none of the stuff leads down here to get up to this spot. That's where the breach is, but first you have to climb up this hill to get to it. Secondly, how do you even get to that breach? I mean, like, so you have to climb up there, but also how do you even get to this area? There's no obvious path. Unless something here leads us secretly into these river paths or something. I don't know. I don't know whether going up to the front being like, knock, knock. The Archmage around? Yo, bud, you got my crown? What's good, what's good? You got my crown of kings? I know you just forgot to return it. It's okay, no fine. It's like libraries. We just want you to do the right thing. Okay. All right, we're going to use our rope ladder. All right. You cannot reach the bottom of the chasm with your rope ladder, but you do spy a small outcropping partway down which you could reach. Ah, interesting. Okay. So, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put test the rope here. Or, everything is the same, chat. So we could descend to the outcrops. There's a small outcrop that we could reach with our rope ladder. Or, so any of these things are the same, except that descending to the outcrop is what we would do if we wanted to actually use the rope ladder. So I'm going to open that up. Do you want to try to descend to the outcrop? Test the rope. When they say test the rope, they don't mean the ladder. They mean the rope that's just hanging out in the middle of air. Or cast one of the spells, etc. What say you all? I really like the way this works layout-wise on the stream. In fact, I think the only thing I want to change is... I think I want to move this here. Yeah. Because that way we can actually see the spirit. In fact, for consistency, I will put that there. So it's slightly overlapping on the right side and slightly overlapping on the left side. I like that. Too close. I like the way it looks on stream. Solid. All right, sounds good. Good night, Echo. Sleep well. All right, descend to the outcrop, test the rock, cast tower, make a move. Last call, chat. Last call. Sleep well, Echo. Get those votes in, folks. $ vote space 1 is descend to the outcrop. 2 is test the rope. 3 is cast sus. 4 is cast mage. 5 is cast far. 6 is cast fall. 7 is cast how. 8 is make a move. Make a move. All right, sounds good. Sleep well, Hellness. Alrighty, going once, going twice, and okay. Chad has decided to test the rope. You unwind the rope from the rock and give it a tug. It feels solid, though its surface is strange. The other end of the rope does not move from its invisible anchor. It feels quite firmly pinned. The result of a fix spell, perhaps. Okay, let me look closely at the rope. It's an ordinary-looking rope with bunched cords and frayed edges, except it's made of some strange, smooth material, and the surface is patterned with diamonds. Okay, I'm going to tug the rope. Again, this is all gathering information here. You give the rope another hard pull to no effect. It seems quite sound. All right, let me take a look here. Let me just double-check and make sure about casting a spell. Let's see. Let's see. F-A... Okay, so that's all the same. F-A-R. How. Yep, okay, so that's how. That's all the same. Telepathy is, again, reading minds, which we don't have. We don't have the spell cap, and there's no one around anyway. M-A-G, yeah, that's the same. Right, okay, that's all the same. So we've all seen that before. So, that means... So we either descend, so we've still got the, so we've got move on. All right, just to avoid confusion, so I don't have to run through all these again, I am going to put, all those spells are up there, so move on. Whoops. All right, so please do not vote for 1 or 2, chat. Instead, vote for those others. $ vote space 3 is sus. $ vote space 4 is mage. $ vote space 5 is far. $ vote space 6 is fall. $ vote space 7 is how. And $ vote space 8 is move on or jump for the rope. So those are your choices. Okay. What do we think, chat? $ vote space 3 sus, 4 mage, 5 far, 6 fall, 7 how, 8, move on, or jump for the rope. All right, sounds good. Safe travels, Ballsteg, to and from KC, and enjoy the Chiefs game. Good luck to your Chiefs. So I don't know actually if move on or jump for the rope. In fact, I think I'll take a chance and actually see whether move on. Okay, so we're actually given a choice. So no, I guess we can't try for that outcropping. I guess we cannot try for the outcropping. We either do the rope or we head east. Is what's going to happen. So I will rewind it to... Here, give me that. Oh, crap. Shoot. All right, I made a mistake. Hang on. All right, I made a mistake. I'm answering exactly the way that I meant to. Okay. Okay, and then we cast a spell. Sorry, I screwed up that rewind. My bad. I screwed up the rewind. Sorry. Shoot, I think it was zip. Yeah. Cast that. Sorry about that. I went too far on the rewind. Okay, look at the rope. Look down into the chasm. Look along the path. Use my rope ladder. And then we decided to test the rope. Looked closely at the rope. Tugged the rope. Okay. Now we're back to where we were. Sorry about that. Okay. What are we looking at, chat? I've only got one vote each here. I do need someone else to break this tie, please. I need someone else to vote for this tie. Or to break this tie. Do we cast How? Find safe passage, 1 stamina. Do we move on or jump for the rope? Or do we see into the future? Any of those things. Hello, Osric the Dwarf. Well, if you want to get a vote in, Osric, all you have to do is go $vote space and then the thing you want to vote for. So if you want to vote, you can see the stuff on the channel on the stream right now. Don't vote for 1 or 2 because those votes don't count for anything because those are not options that are available. So we can either move on, cast How, with sus, mage, far, fall, How, or move on or jump for the rope. Aha! Echo had to vote for that. All right, so it looks like we're jumping for the rope, okay? Or, well, we're going to move on or jump for the rope. Okay, we're going to do that. Will you risk the rope? Okay, chat, so very simple 2-vote option right here. And that is, are we going to take the rope or are we going to go east? $vote space 1 is we're going to jump for the rope. $vote space 2 is we're going to head east. Very simple. $vote space 1. Yeah, could well be. I know everyone's also trying to save stamina, Drew. It's always a balancing act, but yeah, I understand. $vote space 1 means jump for the rope. $vote space 2 means head east. Don't think our spirit... Yeah, spirit is still far from us. We just used the spirit, so... It's going to take a little while. Chat has decided. They're like, all right. Going to last call this. All right, going once. Going twice. All right. We are going to jump for the rope. You plant both feet on the side of the chasm and grip the rope with both hands. Then you leap. Swing! You are about halfway across the chasm, swinging at good speed when the rope begins to move and squirm beneath your hands. Oh boy, look at the rope. The rope is writhing. You feel the flex and twist of muscles beneath your grip. Then the end unknots itself and rises to reveal a pointed head. Oh, God. This is no rope. This is no rope at all. You are holding on to a snake. Still floating in the air, the snake twists an evil-eyed head around to stare at you, letting out a deadly hiss. Well, crap. Son of a... Great. This is wonderful. Everything is going exactly as planned. All right, chat. Do we hold on? Do we let go? Or do we kick up at it? God damn it. What do we do, chat? Do we hold on? Do we let go? Or do we kick up at it? Do we look at it, we're like, I killed the serpents. You suck. Maybe it's a snake who always wanted to be a rope. You know? Maybe that was his life's ambition, and he's just like, welcome, stranger. I am so pleased I can test myself. Please climb my body so you can get across this chasm, and then I will come with you, fight your enemies, and help you destroy the archmage. Oh, man. What I don't understand is we freaking tugged at the rope. We freaking pulled at the rope. And then all of a sudden it's just like... Hiss. It also doesn't quite make sense to me. Is this an air serpent? What the hell kind of snake is this? Hoping momentum carries to the side. Well... That'll be some serious momentum. All right, I'm going to last call. I have 2 votes for hold on, 1 vote for let go. So sorry to disappoint you. A snake! 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 Okay. Alright, going once. Going twice. Alright, we're gonna hold on. You gotta hold on to what you got. The snake must disguise itself as a simple magic rope to lure adventurers to their deaths. Well, great. You cling... desperately, hoping your momentum will carry you to the other side before the creature decides to attack. You have nearly reached the other side of the chasm. Okay, so we have swung further now. So now the question really is, it's a 2-vote choice now. Now, Triffid, I think that was part of at least the idea. Now, chat, very simple vote. $ vote space 1 means hold on. $ vote space 2 means let go. Maybe now we let go because there's enough momentum? I don't know. Disguises itself as a simple magic rope. I'm thinking about Ghost of Tsushima, where it's just like, let go. Ah. All right. Justin. Okay, we're going to see. This is going to be interesting. Last call. I have no idea what the call is here, by the way. I think that it's more reasonable to let go now than it is before. And maybe... I don't know. I have no idea. I will say that if we survive this, it's going to be a badass way of crossing the chasm. We swung across on a magic snake. Oh, very cool. I'm glad to hear that, Osric. Yeah, welcome. And as Drew said, we do play a lot of D&D related and RPG related stuff here. RPGs are my favorite type of games in general. Dungeons & Dragons being my favorite game, but I love all kinds of RPG related stuff. And so we do stuff like this. We do, this is a video game in which the chat is obviously getting to decide stuff. But before this, I played Ghost of Tsushima. Next up after this, I don't know, possibly Eastshade and then moving into something like the Outer Wilds. I might do, thinking about Axiom Verge at some point, Axiom Verge 2 rather, maybe doing Fable. So I don't know. I have some options, and then obviously we have a lot of tabletop stuff we do all the time. So, and yeah, welcome. All right, here we go, folks. Time to let go. You let go, releasing the snake just in time for the momentum to carry over to the other side. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We Tarzaned that up. What's up? You land in a painful heap on the other side of the pass. We turn around and we're like, suck it, snake. The sun begins to dip, heading towards the horizon. You stand on a narrow pass, a mountain blocking your view northwards to Mampang. Woo! You had the right idea, Triffid. It was just about waiting. It was more pitfall. That's true. It was more pitfall. All right, look down into the ravine. You peer over the edge of the cliff wall into the ravine. It seems like an impossibly long way down. You walk with a spring, invigorated by your journey through the mountains. Yeah, we do. Okay, so now we actually cut off having to go down here to the bridge. So I don't know. We may just be able to like make good time by heading off to the west since we made that jump. We could do that. Or we could go back to the bridge and see if we missed something. But otherwise, the overall path, as you can see, Chad, is this way. Like we're heading, in general, we want to be heading this way now that we've actually crossed the chasm. So, yeah. So just keep that in mind. That said, here we go. Let's open this up. $ vote space 1 means that we go west down the rising path. We go this way. To the rising path. Which you see to the west. $ vote space 2 means we go to the bridge. So $ vote space 1 means we go west along the rising path. $ vote space 2 means to the bridge. We would have passed over the bridge if we went on the bridge, but instead we took a magic stake swing across, like as you do. And so we ended up here. Snake on the bone. That was interesting. That's a very bizarre way to lure like travelers and adventurers, you know? Yeah, 1 is west. 1 is west. $ vote space 1 is west. I'm kind of like, that's your evolutionary like advantage, is you're just like, these air snakes have evolved to be able to lure unsuspecting travelers to swing across them. Like, how long was the dude waiting there? Like, how many people pass along this path, and then how many people are like, you know what, the hell with it, let's Tarzan it up, like, or pitfall it up, I guess in this case. Like, it's just hashtag air snake. I love the ecological basis of this thing. I come from the land down under. Dun, dun, dun. Like my Vegemite sandwich, he said. Did you know, Drew, I don't remember if it's, I can't recall if it was that song, Down Under, or if it was the Who Could It Be Now, which is the other Big Men at Work hit. But one of those two songs, I read this actually in a book about like local recording, video studio recording like 20 years ago or so. Maybe even more? No, it might have been like 15, 16 years ago. But anyway, that when they first recorded whichever of the songs it was, I don't remember, in the studio, the engineer had accidentally left out, like one of the wires was loose, so it only recorded on a single channel. But it was the best take that they got. Like, they did multiple takes with the stereo cables in and fixed, and they never got as good a take. So they just said, screw it, and he just doubled the channel. So when you listen to it on the radio, or when you listen to it in your headphones, the stereo effect is literally just doubled mono, mono channels, because they had accidentally left a cable out. I can't remember which song it was, but... yeah, why are these critters just hanging around? Okay. Going once, going twice, and... all right. Yeah, I was really interesting. I was just like, oh. Okay, so we're going west. Hanging around. Yeah, it was really cool. I get what you're saying. You know, I think we airily made it across the chasm, so we really got in the swing of things with that one. It really would have broken down our reptilation. Okay, that was awful. You make your way along the narrow path. For a moment, everything is quiet and peaceful. This could be nothing more than a pleasant stroll through high hills. I'm going to keep going this way because we just came from the east. You follow the narrow path. The sun is sinking and the sky is turning bruise purple. Soon it will be dark once more. Suddenly there is a scuttling sound from close by. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that. All right. Quick vote here, chat. Falling would have been the pits. Yeah, we really didn't we didn't want to underestimate the gravity of this situation. Hell yes, let's go. Now that one was good, chat. That one was there and it was ready. That one was good. That was solid. Even you pun haters. These jokes are venom to him. Yeah. He just doesn't like the biting wit, you know? There's a chasm between good and bad puns. Oh, it's true. I'm waiting for him to come on and be like, that. Oh, the puns may be getting pendulous. Solid, solid. Okay, so what do we go here? So $ vote space 1 chat is we turn around. $ vote space 2 is we run for it. So there's a scuttling sound from close by. I have no idea what that refers to at all. $ vote space 1 is we turn around. $ vote space 2 is we run for it. There's a chasm between good and... Listen, Prince Justin, I'm not going to fall for your jokes, all right? You're not going to rope me into one of them. I mean, maybe that joke was a bit of a stretch. But I had to follow the thread of chat on this one. Defiled by the puns. Ooh. Ooh. These puns are diamond. Diamondbacks. On the scale of jokes you could have made, that one wasn't bad. All right, chat. $ vote space 1 is turn around. $ vote space 2 is last call. Going once. Oh, wait. Did I just say... I think I just said $ vote space 2 is last call. That's not what I meant. $ vote space 1 is turn around. $ vote space 2 is run for it. My apologies. I think what I meant to say was I am last calling it. If you want it to be the last call, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Silliness. Okay, going once. Going twice. And be giving death rattle snakes by now. Yes. Okay, so we are going to turn around. Turn around. Every now and then I hear a scuttling sound because you're always coming round. You whip round to see a pair of long pincers appearing from behind a stone. A lynch bug. What the hell is a lynch bug? All right, well, let's see what we've got as far as spells are concerned. All right, well, we could cast... Nope. Oh, T-E-L. That, again, is Skull Cap. We don't have a Skull Cap. And besides, we're going to do Read the Mind of a Scorpion. Oh, shoot. Okay, so F, A. We could float in the air. I'm not 100% sure what that does for us, quite frankly, but... Oops. Cast. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it doesn't... It can't jump up to us or something? Fix causes fixedness, but we do not have the Staff of Oak sapling for that, so that doesn't work. Tell, we already talked about. We could cast... that causes sleepiness, but it requires a brass pendulum, and we do not have a brass pendulum. We could cast Gum. Creates glue, but that requires a vial of glue, and we don't have that. This is the first time I've seen a bunch of things that we do not have. We could do Fireball. Again, that uses 3 stamina, though, which is a lot. Cast Hot. A lot of spells we do not have access to because just this particular group of spells we don't happen to have the physical stuff. This is another reason why we wanted to make sure that we continued rather than starting anew, chat, because honestly, otherwise we wouldn't have a lot of stuff. Okay, so we really actually don't have that many choices. Let's clear that, clear that, clear that, clear that, and clear that. So we have 3 choices. We can either cast Fall, which means you float in the air. That costs 1 stamina. We can cast Hot, which means we create Fireball. That costs 3 stamina, though. Or we could fight. So what do we want to do, chat? A problematic bug. Yeah, I don't think this is from the original. So what do you think, chat? $sign vote space 1 is Fall, float in the air, 1 stamina. $sign vote space 2 is Hot, create a Fireball, or 3, fight. Hey, what's up, Shadow Mage? Thank you for the cheer. Goliath voice, what sorcery is this? Welcome. I hope you're doing okay, Shadow. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Good to see you, man. Of course, fight. Yeah, it sounds like those other ones are kind of like whatever, you know. I'll do the best I can. The original would have better artwork, yeah. This artwork just feels like, it's fine, whatever, but it feels very like, you know, ecology text, nature textbook, you know, style. All right, let's see. Going once. I'm glad you're doing well. That's good, Shadow. Going once. Yeah, it feels much more modern. Totally agree. Going twice. All right, it's time to fight. There is no time for anything but a headlong assault. Ooh, that thing's big. You draw your sword and charge the creature. Okay. Let's go with that. Nice. -2. Lynchbug waves its mandibles in the air. It tries to scratch you when you swing your sword with desperate haste. You land a hit. The tip of your blade finds a gap between the creature's scales. Black fluid spills from the wound. The lynchbug prances forward like some horrendous mockery of a dancer from the king's court. Okay, I will defend. You drop back, raising your sword to protect your body as much as possible. The lynchbug lunges, striking with its long arms. Its hooked claws seem to grow as they reach for you. Then it stiffens, perhaps making ready to jump and towers over you. Time for a big thrust! Oh. Okay, I didn't need all of that. Enough of this. You will not be defeated by an insect. You swing hard. The lynchbug, mid-lunge, bends almost delicately away from your blade. The lynchbug stumbles sideways, and its double eyelid flickers across its many eyes. You have injured it. It jumps towards you. I'm glad I defended. You circle away from the lynchbug. It swipes, snarling an insect smile. Then it straightens up. Cut! Dead. You prepare your sword. You chop with your sword, then your blade lands deep. You cut again, twist, and the lynchbug collapses into the dirt. 2 stamina loss, skill, sword play. All right, that's good. That's good. That worked out pretty well. You step back as the body of the creature topples over the edge of the path and rattles down the slope of the mountain. Then suddenly you feel a wave of nausea. The ground beneath you shifts. The sun slides sideways. I don't have the faintest idea what this is about. Let's see. We could... steady myself. Open my pack. Or cast a spell. Oh. Okay, never mind. I was going to show you the spells. You open your arms to cast a spell when you fall. The world rushes past you further than it should. You hear a woman's voice singing gently above the sound of lapping waves. Okay, so it didn't matter. We would have been in this section no matter what we did. What magic is this? Whoa. Waves lull and wash towards a shore. You lie on a bed of stones looking up at the bright sunlight. Yeah, maybe. Where am I? This is not High Zaman. A feeling of dread creeps over you. What kind of trap is this? How far have you traveled? Okay. So, we could stand. Draw our swords. I assume this is some kind of vision that we're having. Cast a spell. You open your arms to gather the stars to you. Stay your hands, murmurs a voice gentle and kind. You will not need protection here. Okay, as always, gather information. I'm going to look for the speaker. You turn this way and that, looking for the speaker, but seeing nothing but the washing water and the spray. Okay. Well, so, who are you, we could ask. Where am I? Or, where are you hiding? That's kind of a provocative. Where are you? Where are you hiding? Might be a dream? So, who are you? Where am I? Or where are you hiding? And in each case, when I was casting a spell, I do that because then you have a choice of spells. But in this case, it was just like, nope, you don't need spells. Don't worry about it. So, what do you want to do, chat? $vote space 1 says, who are you? $vote space 2 says, where am I? $vote space 3 says, where are you hiding? Also, while you're making this decision, this is all the way back in the first map. This was from the Shamutanti Hills. And we're here. But we never went down this way. We actually left from the Cantapani Gate. And then we went up, or from this gate right here. We started here at the very beginning of our, like, way back at book 1. And then we went up this way until we ended up in Kare. Then we did Kare's book 2. Book 3, Seven Serpents, was over here. And then now we're in Fortress of Mampang. So I assume this is some kind of dream or vision. Either that or we're taking a real bad trip. Yeah, well, but this one, Norway, I mean, it very rarely does that, in fairness. It very rarely does that. This just may be something where I don't mind that when it happens this infrequently, honestly. It's not telling you, like, you die, and then you die, and then you double die. Like, you know. Okay, last call, last call. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Who are you? Who the hell are you? Okay. Who are you? You call. I have many names, she replies, but none truly describe who I am. The sea washes at your boots as though inviting you to step forwards. Okay. Do we say, I must go back? Do we step forwards? Or do we pinch ourselves? Oh, no problem, Osric. Right, exactly. We took damage from the bug, which injected us with time poison. The real Archmage was a bug. And sent us back in time. We have to play all 3 books over. It's a $vote space Osric, not exclamation point. Topkin, what's up, man? How are you, Top? How you been? Happy New Year, since I haven't seen you. At least in stream, in chat. Hope all's well. So yes, $vote space 1 for I must go back. $vote space 2 for step forwards. $vote space 3 for pinch ourselves. And also, hi, the crafty dog. Welcome. And again, this is right after we fought this bug. We got hit once for 2 stamina loss. I don't know. I mean, it could have poisoned us or something like that. This could be a vision. Or this could just be like a vision separate. Like, you know, just a whatever, here we are type of thing. So, we don't know yet. I mean, that combat was pretty good, honestly. Spirit is still far from us, so we can't do anything about that. Got some seagulls going on, obviously. You can hear in the background. Last call, last call. Hello, hello. All right. Frankenstein, Jason and the Argonauts, Beowulf, and some others. So you've been reading Agatha Christie mysteries. Very nice. And actually, Osric, I am beginning. Semester has just started, so on Monday of next week, my fantasy fiction class starts with Beowulf, actually. So I will be teaching that book as of Monday. Or teaching that poem, I should say, as of Monday. Okay, we're going to step forwards. Let's do it. A gentle wind, it is a great tale. A gentle wind tugs at your coat, and as you follow it, you realize where you are. You are standing on the shore of the Kakabad Sea, barely a half-day's walk from Analand. Okay. You crunch towards the shore. In the glinting water, a boat slowly rocks to and fro, and in the boat sits a woman with a loom. Okay. What should I call you? Why did you bring me here? Or I must return to Mampang. Interesting. $ vote space 1 for what should I call you? $ vote space 2 for why did you bring me here? $ vote space 3 for I must return to Mampang. The best aspects of these Inkle books, and again, these are the best game books ever made. Okay, I've run through them on stream. If you look at my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find them. Although they are from the before times, so they're part of my early, where playlists were not as much when I first started. You got the YouTube channel back like 7-8 years ago now or so. But you should still be able to find them if you search for them. Incredible books. But Inkle in some ways has even improved upon them, and part of it is at moments like this, little moments that just get like a popcorn kernel kind of exploded out to give you all this extra stuff that fits within the book's context, just not something you would have considered before. I love little things like this, because this does not show up in the original, for sure. Okay, last call. Popcorn, now I'm hungry. Yeah, you know, when I was younger, I liked popcorn, but now, honestly, I feel like popcorn gets stuck in my teeth and my throat too much. Like a little bit, I don't know. I think I'm more of a nachos and chips guy now than popcorn. Yeah, no, listen, I don't know. Yeah, my wife and daughter love popcorn, and I guess I think my son is neutral about it, but... Back in the day, I liked it, but I don't know. Okay, last call. I gave it last call. Going once, going twice. Okay. Why did you bring me here? You ask. We have walked a long road together, she replies. Perhaps you did not know it, but that road is almost at its end. I bring you here to deliver a warning. I am Libra, goddess of justice. Oh, that's who we first started with as our god was Libra, and our long road together has almost reached its end. Her voice is filled with sadness. I have kept you safe many times, saved you, but I can do no more. Interesting. Okay, do we say we have never met? Do we say you have never aided me? That's provocative. You never gave me crap. Or do we let her speak? What do we say, chat? Do we say $ vote space 1, we have never met? Do we say $ vote space 2, you have never aided me? Or $ vote space 3, let her speak? Yeah. I would, or maybe like peanuts over popcorn would be another choice. Pretzels, maybe, depending on the pretzel. Actually, pretzels with hummus, sign me up. Or crackers with hummus. I do like hummus quite a bit. I have to say my favorite hummus right now is Whole Foods hummus. It has outstripped Abraham's hummus. I used to love Abraham's hummus as my number one hummus, but it's actually Whole Foods I think is a touch better. Yeah. Yeah, Emily, yeah. Exactly. Okay, this is interesting because because Libra is not our god anymore, or at least we left it behind. We started with Libra, then we went back and forth, and your god sort of changes over time. Then it was like the gorilla, it was like maybe the tiger at some point, and then it's been the fox, I would say, for about a half a book plus the beginning of this one or something. If you ever get a package and it's squishy inside, don't worry. The only thing is I don't like super hot stuff, so I don't love jalapeno. Otherwise, I'm right on board. I really like the Whole Foods, just the regular hummus, honestly. If you ever get a package, if you're going to send me squishy hummus, be aware though, just be careful about it because I don't, I'm somewhat of a lightweight on this stuff. I don't love, well, for one thing, I don't love like tomatoes or anything like that gets added, but I know you want spicy. I like hummus plain, yeah. Because then you can really, the thing is, what I love about it is, and this is why I like it with pretzels and crackers, is that you get a little bit of the taste of the cracker, but you really get to taste the hummus. And I think the flavors complement each other. Jalapeno, if I liked pepper, like hot stuff, spicy stuff, then I'm sure I would love it a lot. But when I get other stuff that's sort of, certain vegetables and stuff, I feel like kind of interfere with the taste of the hummus, so I don't get either. So, okay, I'm going to close this because it sounds like people are on board with Let Her Speak. Yeah. Pita bread's very good for that, yeah. Let her speak. Okay, let her speak. I know you do not understand, she continues, but you will soon enough. When you enter Mampang, you will understand. The walls around that citadel are more than those of physical stone. It is a cursed place, guarded by sigils and long knives. Ah, interesting. So, do we say, I am not afraid? Do we say, you mean you cannot enter? Or do you say, I still do not understand? All right, chat, what do we say? Banana peppers are okay. I don't mind. $ vote space 1, first of all, I'm not afraid. $ vote space 2, you mean you cannot enter. $ vote space 3 means I still do not understand. I don't love peppers in general. I do sometimes like bell peppers if they're like in particular ways. Like raw bell peppers with hummus or with like another kind of dip can be very good. I do like that. And banana peppers are okay. But peppers in general, not so much. Too much. Some doner kebab. Oh, let me see. Twitch chat's a little off center, so hold on. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, not at all what I wanted to do. There you go. Looking good. Looking real good. Looking real good. Okay. I still do not understand. All right, last call. I am not afraid. You mean you cannot enter? Or, I still do not understand. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Whoops, sorry. I still do not understand. I will explain. Annalander, for as long as you have walked, I have walked beside you. I have granted you waking dreams, dreams of your future, dreams from which you wake to walk a different way. Okay, so we could say, I have dreamt but never well. We could say visions, or we could let her speak. What do we say, chat? I have dreamt but never well, visions, or let her speak. I'm glad the chat's agreed on this. It's like the Scottish Parliament where they're like, are we all agreed? And you hear like, yeah, no, no, yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah, yeah, no. And then the person who's the presiding officer is just like, the Parliament is not agreed. All right, we're going to last call this. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Visions. Visions? You remember no such thing. Waking dreams, the goddess replies. The kind that seem real until they disappear as though they had never been. She shoots the shuttle across her loom once more. But no more. Once inside the walls of Mampang, your future will become precious once again. The word strikes a knell of fear in your heart. Oh, I bet we can't rewind it anymore, chat. I bet what that means is that we can't rewind a decision that we make. Interesting. So we say, precious, tell me what you mean. Or, my future is my own, question mark. $sign vote space 1, precious. Yeah, no, save the game, seriously. $sign vote space 2, tell me what you mean. Or $sign vote space 3, my future is my own. I'll bet that's what that means. I'll bet that's what that means. I remember reading a review of this that said that this, that this book, like, creates a whole different kind of mechanic in terms of how that all plays out. Which is, of course, I mean, unless you did the thing where you kept, like, multiple fingers in different pages of the book to keep from backing up, you know. But they always add something else in addition to change that around. So I'm sure they're not just going to be like, well, you can't rewind anymore. Now you have to do, like, we didn't rewind very much anyway, honestly. Hey, what's up, Configuration Queen? Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. 25 months of support. Good to see you, CQ. I hope all is well. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you, thank you. But I feel like I don't think we rewound that much anyway. Like, we rewound tonight because there was this one area that I thought I had picked something that I hadn't. I think last session we rewound once. Every so often, if there was a choice that was not what I thought I misinterpreted what they meant, like we misinterpreted what they meant by an option, then I rewound. Other than that, though, we haven't been going back and forth to try to get the best possible option. But that's what they mean, I bet, by waking dreams. I'll bet that's what that means, which is a clever way to tell them that we're doing it differently. Okay, last call. Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, hi-ho, oh, bum-bum-bum. Okay, so we have a tie, chat. $sign vote space 1 for precious. $sign vote space 2 for tell me what you mean. Or $sign vote space 3 for my future is my own. Which seems not true, totally. I mean, partly, but. One more vote. Final vote. Well, it's not the final vote, but in this situation, we need one more vote. We need a vote to break this tie. $sign vote space 1 for precious. $ vote space 2 for tell me what you mean. $ vote space 3 for my future is my own. You can also change vote, $ change vote space, and then the option that you would like to change it to. You can do that also. But we do need someone else to break this tie. What do you think, chat? What do we got? I need one more vote here. One more vote to break this tie. Anybody? Anybody, 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 anybody? We need someone to break this tie, chat. Precious or tell me what you mean. Or, I guess my future is my own, but we're looking to break the tie. $ vote space 1 for Precious. $ vote space 2 for tell me what you mean. All right, Triffid has changed it to Precious. All right. Precious it is. Precious? Unique. For a moment she bows her head. I can only hope you will be fortunate. Interesting. Okay. Very simple vote. $ vote space 1 is tell me what you mean. $ vote space 2 is my future is my own. So tell me what you mean was pretty close last time. So $ vote space 1 is tell me what you mean. $ vote space 2 is my future is my own. Go ahead and get your votes in, chat. It's all very chill. This all like water, you know, like very laid back, you know. A little bit the seagulls. It's all good. It's all relaxed. Don't order the goddess to explain herself. Explain yourself. Listen, Libra, if that is your real name. I want a loom shelling noise. Yeah, that's true. That was a missed opportunity for a sound effect here. It's true. See if I can do this one. Like that, CQ? Well, she is a goddess, so she's just standing there like watching as it's like oh my god. All right, I'm gonna last call this, and it looks like we are in favor of that one. Oh man. Okay. All right, going once. Going twice. Okay. Some people are never satisfied. My future is my own. Yes, the woman replies. A large wave strikes the shore, and as it drains, the boat tilts and begins to drift away. The woman makes no move to stop it, merely continuing to weave. Uh-oh, all right, chat. Do we say wait, $ vote space 1, wait, or $ vote space 2, let her go? Yeah, she's the goddess of 1930s child labor, exactly. Wow, you're all just like, let her go. Let her go. So the goddess is leaving now. Let her see. I wonder if you can, like, dream change. If you can, like, rewind in her dream where she's telling you that you have to rewind. Or that you can't rewind anymore. If that is what's actually going on here. If the boat floats off that way. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, I'm going to head across, and I'll see you later. And it's just like, welcome back to Shaman Tanti Hills. If it actually did that, I would be like rewinding somewhere, and then I'd either be like finding a new option, or I would uninstall this. That's not happening. But I'm sure it would not do that. Okay. So last call here. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Okay. All right. Gonna let her go. You steady yourself and watch as she drifts away. The thought of the long journey back to Mampang begins to sink into your mind. Oh, okay. Do we go the cave or into the water? $ vote space 1 means we go into the cave. $ vote space 2 means we go into the water. Whatever floats her boat. I love it. I don't want to make waves. $ vote space 1 is into the cave. $ vote space 2 means into the water. Maybe we can catch a ride with this guy. Looks friendly. Or these dudes. Here be monsters. Yeah, exactly. Here there be dragons. Okay. $ vote space 1 is cave. $ vote space 2 is water. Last call. Last call, last call. Going once. Going twice. All right. Into the cave. You step away from the water towards the mouth of a dim cave. Inside, the stone drips salty tears. These tunnels must be flooded at high tide. Okay, I'll look around. Cave walls are jagged and irregular, formed by lashing waves in the shifting rocks of 1,000 years. Here and there, crystal seams wink from deep within the frozen stone folds. All right, chat. Do we go deeper? That's $ vote space 1. Or do we go back out? That's $ vote space 2. Go deeper is vote 1. Back out is vote 2. What's it going to be? What should we do? Go deeper. Sounds like chat wishes to go deeper. Can you take me deeper? Da, 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 da. I'm sure that's how that song goes. I like the drippy noise. I'm going to last call this because chat seems pretty definitive about this. Going once. Going twice. All right. We are going deeper. You push deeper into the cave, climbing over fallen stones, following the line of the deepest darkness up into the towering cliffside. Somewhere overhead are the low hills around Cantapani, and a short distance from that is your home. You climb higher still, upward into the rock, when something in the distance begins to roar and moan. You are not alone in the darkness. Okay, do we... Kept climbing. Do we keep climbing? Actually, wait. Let's load up the spell. Standard spell list. Okay. Do we keep climbing? Do we draw our sword? Or do we cast a spell? You open your arms to cast a spell as a great wind begins to rush through the tunnel, gathering in strength and force as it tries to push you back. Your arms are pushed apart and their power unbinds before it can form. Well, crap. Falling. As you begin to fall, the stars reach down to catch you. Aha! Here we are. It was indeed a dream. You are back on the path above the ravine. Was that real? A taste in my mouth. There is still a taste of salt in your mouth, but nothing more. You shake the vision away and look around yourself once more. All right. Going to keep heading north. You are climbing up the edge of a deep crater that cuts a bowl into the landscape. Shaking the dust from your tunic, you make your way into the crater. Mampang envelops the horizon as you draw near. I think that's envelops, not envelopes. Spear-like spires strike upwards as if shooting for the heavens. All right, let's look at the citadel. This is gathering information. You regard the dread citadel. Sharp angles and jagged points protrude everywhere. Demonic gargoyles line out the outside walls. The sight is enough to weaken the courage of any traveler. Okay, look into the crater. It is the size of a small city, and you can barely see the opposite edge. Mampang sits beyond it. It is far too wide to walk around. There is no time to waste. Okay. Into the crater. Darkness closes in. You should find somewhere safe to sleep, for if you keep going through the night, you'll be weaker for it. You scramble down towards the crater edge. It feels odd to be going down after all this time in the mountains. You might be able to shelter in the bushes. Well, let's look around. Thick shrubs and low, twisted trees fill this space. You cannot see what lies ahead between the gnarled branches. Anything might be waiting for you. Okay, so we have two choices here, which is to sleep here and move on. I will mention, chat, I'm going to open this up. Quick vote. $vote space 1 means sleep here. $vote space 2 means move on. We are going to have to rest somewhere. We have had, I believe, because we had the moss, we have had a provision today. So we're okay with that, but we do need to rest. So the question is, where do we rest? I don't know that any place is going to be, incredibly safe. So, sleep in the bushes might do it. All right. Chat seems to be in favor of sleeping here. Once, going twice. Okay, so let's do it. Laying your pack down, you try to settle despite the cold. At least you have eaten once already today, so you do not need to eat again to avoid hunger, although more food will make your stronger. Well, the only option we have right now available to us, chat, is eating the purple leaves. We don't know, first of all, if those are edible, and we also don't know whether we will need them later, because right now the only other thing we have is some raw food, and we still haven't found a campfire to cook it. So I'm going to open a quick vote, but we've already eaten today, so that's good. We don't have to vote today. Don't have to eat today. So $vote space 1 is try eating the purple leaves. $vote space 2 is close my eyes. Is close our eyes and go to sleep. If all goes well, we should get a couple of points stamina back from this. Maybe 3. I forget if it's like 2 or 3. Yeah, I know. And the thing that's annoying is that, this is a situation where hot it would actually be usable to make it into a campfire. So we could at least cook the stuff and have it with us. Like, we only need a fire once, and then we can just cook the rations, and that'll last us for 3 days, basically, right? But I don't know. This once a day eating plan, though, is interesting. Yeah, I know, Mrs. Dunsel, I know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Who ruins it, precious? Yeah, probably, Triffid. It could well be. We needed to, pickle the meat or the fish, right? Going once, going twice. Okay. Close my eyes. You lie back and try to forget your troubles. Dream. You wake in the night to see a black shadow slipping into the gloom beside you. Interesting. Okay. Could be our friend Flanker, but we don't know. So, all right, we could draw our swords. We could say who's there. Or we could cast a spell. Ah. You open your arms to gather starlight, and the voice laughs quietly. 2 hands clasp yours and separate them. No need for that, Annalander. The shape slips down onto the ground beside you. I bet this is Flanker. This is our boy Flanker. We have his sword, actually. We saved him, so we didn't kill him he attacked us in Shamantanti Hills, and we spared his life. And since then, he helped us out in Kare City Porter Traps. We met him again in Seven Serpents. He helped us out. He also gave us his sword. So I bet that's this guy. So $ vote space 1. Do we make space for him? $ vote space 2. We move back. I bet that's Flanker. Because I don't know anybody else who's like dressed in a shadow and, like a shadow. Okay, last call. I love the fact that we get to see Flanker multiple times. Just like as a callback type of thing. All right, going once, going twice. Chat is agreed. Are we all agreed? We are agreed. All right, make space for him. You make a space for him close by your side. It is a cold night here in the shadow of evil, the voice continues. Okay. All right, chat, very simple. $ vote space 1 means we say Flanker. $ vote space 2 says I'm not afraid. Now, again, when I have a chat decision where it seems like it's mostly just information that I'm gathering, then I won't ask chat for this. But if it's something where it's like one might sort of preclude us saying the other, then I will do what I'm doing here, which is asking chat. So $ vote space 1 is Flanker. $ vote space 2 is I am not afraid. Flanker? No, I am Banker, and I have charged you overdraft fees. No! Libra, goddess of justice, cannot help you now. 30 cents extra for your overdraft. Tanker, yeah, exactly. My name is Wanker, and you will not like me. Because I am a jerk. Shanker. My name is Hanker because I'm hankering for some hummus. Okay. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Langer. Tranker. Okay. Flanker? I near the end of my journey as you near the end of yours, Flanker replies. But Annalander, I fear the outcome. Okay. So, interesting. So do we say, what is your mission? What is your favorite color? What is your sacred quest? What do you fear? Or, do not be afraid. All right, chat, what do you want to say? What is your mission? What do you fear? Or do not be afraid? Don't tell me how to feel. Listen, are you a goddess of justice? Because I successfully let her drift off into the ocean somewhere, so... Okay, last call. Do not be afraid, flanker, or I will destroy you. Utterly. Okay. Be afraid of me. All right. What do you fear, as Chad has chosen? What do you fear? We have traveled a long road together. Soon we must separate. His voice is muted in the dark. I am not afraid. I cannot know fear, Flanker replies. I am a dead man still alive. An assassin is not permitted to experience mercy. And yet, here I am. And remember, chat, we gave him that mercy. Remember that. Like, we were the ones who spared him. Do we say, I am glad of your company? Do we say, you are a man, not an assassin? Or do we say, will you murder me in the dark? Or do you say, gray shade is better? I'm just kidding. Joking. JK. Okay. I'm glad. $ vote space 1 is I'm glad of your company. $ vote space 2 is you're a man, not an assassin. $ vote space 3 is will you murder me in the dark? An assassin is not permitted to experience mercy. Drifted. Yep. Exactly. I think the problem here, Flanker, is really your name. It's when you decided to name yourself Flank Steak that we ran into this problem. All right. Last call. You say, I am glad of your company. Do we say you are a man, not an assassin? Am I a man? Or am I assassin? Am I assassin? If I'm assassin, then I'm a very manly assassin. Very manly assassin. Most brilliant song from the Muppets reboot movie. Slightly modified. Going once, going twice. And I am glad of your company. I'm glad of your company. And I of yours. The assassin is close enough to you for you to feel the movement as his powerful body relaxes. Well, this is getting interesting. Do we say, can I ask you something? One of us will kill the Archmage. Sorcery after dark. Or do we sleep? All right, chat, what's it going to be? $ vote space 1, can I ask you something? $ vote space 2, one of us will kill the Archmage. Or $ vote space 3, sleep. Yeah, going in a slightly different direction than I might have intended, and I'm here to tell you this definitely doesn't show up in the book. You do encounter Flanker more than once, but this business doesn't happen. So they decided to extend the relationship somehow, or at least give you the option to. Yeah. I guess we're about to find out about the, there's a whole new meaning to the stamina stat, huh? Drew and Triffid want to ask something. Dragon Spear wants to say one of us will kill the Archmage. And Emily and Mrs. Dunstall are like, nah, let's just sleep. You're like, yeah, that's great. Sleep. Oh, man. All right, last call. We need someone to break this tie. Yeah, that's great. That's great, Canker. So the choices are, can I ask you something? You can say that. We can say one of us will kill the Archmage. We could say that. Or we can sleep. Okay. Figuration Queen's like, we need sleep is the requirement. Whoops, sorry about that. All right, going once. Going twice. All right. Sleep time. You close your eyes and try to sleep, aware of the deadly creature by your side. And so the night passes, but you know that in the morning he will be gone. The rim of the crater. During the past day, you explored the caves of High Zaman, ascended into the peaks of the Zanzunus, descended into the Arkbad crater. Sorry, it's loud, I know. Met Libra, the goddess of justice, in the long peace. The Archmage remains unaware of you. And we have 14 stamina. Sorry, it's loud. Just call me Angel in the morning, flanker. You wake up being like, nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. There's something in the air. It's somewhere out of reach. Empty lakes, empty streets. Flanker goes on alone. I'm going to this Mampang. I know you're not home, and I can see you. You wake, picking thorns out of your tunic and pack from the night. All right, chat. Are we going to search the shrubs, or are we going to move on? What's it going to be, chat? $ vote space 1 is search the shrubs. $ vote space 2 is move on. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I have no idea. $ vote space 1 is search the shrubs. $ vote space 2 is move on. I'm a little surprised that chat is like, you know what? Never mind. We don't want to look at anything for loot here. I mean, I'm not in any way pushing it. I'm just saying I was a little surprised. We're on a mission here. We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. Do 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 do. See, Flankers, he's got a problem. He's really afraid he can't do this job. He's a dead man walking. Not supposed to experience mercy. Don't want to know what's there. All right. Ooh, Configuration Queen changing vote back. I see. I see. I think I might have already... No, I didn't last call before. All right. Okay, so we're going to move on. It's so hard to decide. Yeah. I mean, yeah. In the shrubs, Flanker left you like, well, my friend, it's been real. Here are 6 grenades. Here's a jetpack to get you to the top. Here's the instant win card. Shrubs are a battlefield. Shrubs are a battlefield. We are strong. Dun, 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 dun. No one can tell us it's wrong. Dun, 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 dun. Flanker is in this. Flanker's a powerful man. Dun, 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 dun. Mampang's a battlefield. Doo, 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 doo. Oh, really, Drew? Yeah. Yeah, she's legit. Tracy Chapman. She is legit. That's where I first discovered Tall Heights, actually, Drew. Because a friend of mine, whose name actually is Andrew, now that I think of it, had told us that he had seen these 2 guys who often basically were playing and busking in Quincy Market, and you have to get approved to do that. So you have to like audition for it basically. And he was like, they're really good. So we went over and listened, and they were amazing. And actually, this is well before my son was born. My daughter and little Arv, 15 today. At the time must have been 7, maybe 6. She might have been my son's age. And she danced to some music, I think the Running of the Bulls, that they had played. And we got to talking to them a little bit, and we saw them in a couple of concerts. And obviously they played a couple of ArvCon shows, and then they ended up playing right here on my porch in our backyard. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, no, we're not trying to finish tonight. No. We got a long way to go. But I actually was not planning on stopping for another half hour or so, I think, Triffid, because I've only been rolling for about 2.5 hours or so. So I was planning on going till about 12:30, maybe a little bit past that. That was my plan. Yeah. This is, I mean, yeah. I got started at like 9:20 or 25 or something like that, so I'm not super tired. I do need to make sure. I mean, I do have a busy day tomorrow with birthday party arrangements, but I can't help my stamina. Okay. We are going to close that. And that means that we are moving on. Screw the shrubs. There's no way down the slope here, but a faint trail leads around the rim and branches a short distance further on. Okay, so we have two choices here, chat. We can go eastwards around this crater. We can go this way. Or we can go westwards around the rim. Now, remember I mentioned this, that when we got up here, this way could eventually theoretically lead us back here. I don't know what's over here. We could go that way. We could just keep going around this route up here, right? We could go here and then go down the crater and see what's up with this house or hut or whatever. Or we could just go around this way and then go up to the north towards the fortress. All right. Good night, CQ. Always a pleasure. Thank you for the resub. So, two simple choices on this one, chat. $ vote space 1 means we go around the rim to the left. $ vote space 2 to the west. $ vote space 2 means we go eastwards. Where's it going to be? Oh, goodness. It's a little windy. Okay. Sorry, just quickly addressing something. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Yes, that's right. That's right. I know about this. Drew is going to start streaming his playthrough of Chained Echoes. Yeah, Arg Bad Crater. That's true. Arg Bad Crater. That's really funny. I hadn't even thought about that. But yes, so definitely Drew is starting to stream Wednesday night. He and I spoke a little bit about this a couple days ago. 9 p.m. Eastern, and he's going to be streaming his playthrough of Chained Echoes. I'm going to try to be there. I do have something going on Wednesday night, but I should be able to swing by after that thing is through. So I am definitely going to be stopping by and checking it out. So you folks should stop by and give Drew some support. I am sure he is going to be entertaining and awesome. So, and Chained Echoes is a great game that I've been having fun with on GOG's channel, and thought about the possibility of bringing over to this channel for part of the time. I don't know. We'll see. I've been having fun with it on GOG, so maybe. But either way, yeah, definitely worth checking out. And right now I only have 2 votes, chat. I need more chats than that, and I need more votes than that. $ vote space 1 will bring us around the rim. That means we're heading to the west. $ vote space 2 means we're going eastward up this way. Ah, that's good news. That's good news. The fox is back. So the prayer to our spirit. So after a prayer, spirit will not heal you again for some time. So we have our spirit back. So that's good. We're up to 14 out of 18 stamina, and we have the spirit. Again, as a reminder, it's a good idea usually to hold on to the spirit and not use them for healing unless absolutely necessary, because there are some scenarios where the only way that you get saved is if you pray to your God. So it's a good idea to kind of hang on to that in your back pocket. We used him earlier this playthrough because we had to, because our health was so low, and it worked out. I think it was worth it, but yeah. Can you go up a bit? Sure. So this is what we're looking at. Like, to the east here, this goes around this way, and then north this is the fortress right here, right? So we could do that. Westward means we could, once it gets here, go this way and check out this. We could go up here and go down to this hut. I don't know, maybe there's a campfire there. We could go all the way to whatever the hell this is as well. And then obviously that brings us around here. So the question is, do we go this way, up like this? Or do we go this way, up like this? Yeah, west is option 2. So, or wait. No, wait. Is that what I said? Wait. I think it's the other way around. I think I said, chat, let me reconfirm. $ vote space 1 is around the rim. $ vote space 2 is eastwards. So $ vote space 1 is west. $ vote space 2 is east. My apologies. $ vote space 1 is west. $ vote space 2 is east. All cool? You got it, Dragon? Sorry. I got mixed up about which was which. All right, we're going to last call. Yeah, my wander cursor. That or that. $ vote space 1 is west. $ vote space 2 is east. And then we do that, or we go around here. Hopefully we burn a fire, and it's like a fire, and then... And, all right. We are going west. You follow the path around the rim of the crater. The path is thin and precarious. Stones rattle away on either side. The early morning sun makes the air glow. Okay, keep going there because that's how we started. The air moves a little around you, still icy but fresh. You take the path around the curved edge of the crater. Hot winds blow down the bare rock and you taste ash in your mouth. A path leads down into the crater here. Another trail leads north to south around the rim. Okay, look at the path into the crater. Path down into the crater is wider and more beaten down than you might have expected. This is not the main road to Mampang, but this trail must still see some use. Time to continue. Okay, so it looks like we can't go back. So that means down here. So that means we have 3 choices. We're not going to go down the southern path because we came this way already. So that means we have 2 choices, basically. The northern path, which is here, or into the crater. And again, we do at some point need to find a way to cook this food, that raw food we've been carrying around. We need to eat a provision sometime today, although it's the morning, so we just started. The crater is also more direct, right? It goes straight across. But we also, you know, I don't know, we might run into people, so we need to think about that. So, very simple. $ vote space 1 is going to be the northern path. That's $ vote space 1. $ vote space 2 means we walk down into the crater. So $ vote space 1 is northern path. There's also this little house over here too. I don't know what the deal is with this. $ vote space 1 is the northern path. $ vote space 2 is into the crater towards this. 1, 2. 1, 2. It is really a funny name. Arg, bad crater. Again, can I just give a shout out to Mike Schley who did these maps? Just so good. Oh, I love this so much. Again, there's a vibrancy to it. Honestly, my favorite map maker working today is Mike Schley, although the couple, oh gosh, Zay. I need to. I don't remember actually entirely. I need to find out how you pronounce it. CZE and PEKU, C and Peku, is a couple that makes maps, and their maps are off the hook good. I have used the map actually. I used the map for my live D&D event at last Writer Symposium. And so that map that I used was the sort of the basis of the adventure. That was the map that we used for that adventure. They must have thousands of maps now of all different kinds. If you have any interest in this at all, if you just want to look at a bunch of pretty maps, I would strongly suggest going over and supporting their Patreon. I support it at like either the $5 or $10 tier, I don't remember, per month. It is well worth it. It allows me to get ideas for things. And the other thing is that you can use a lot of their stuff for commercial use and make money off of your adventure using it, so long as you credit them by having the big, like, you know, whatever it is, like their logo, you know, their names sort of listed. They have a specific way that you have to do it. Or you can talk to them separately about licensing it, which is more expensive, without that watermark. But it's still a really good deal. So like CZE and PEKU, highly recommend them. But my favorite map maker is this guy. I love his work. But he does a lot of D&D stuff too. But right behind him is their stuff. They're really, really good. Okay. Last call. I don't remember if Goddess Justice said anything about a crater. I don't think so. She talked about what happens when we get into the fortress, which sounded ominous, but not about the crater. Okay, going once. Going twice. Okay. So we are going to go down into the crater by the Will of Chat. A few clouds scud across the sky. You follow the trail until it becomes lost under thick scrub. All right. So now we have, again, two choices. We're not going to go back to where we just came from. So two choices again, chat. $ vote space 1 means we go through the scrub. That's over here. Crawling through the thicket. $ vote space 2 means we take the trail. So $ vote space 1 is the scrub. $ vote space 2 is the trail. 1 scrub, 2 trail. 1 scrub, 2 trail. Scrub, trail, scrub, trail, scrub, trail, scrub, trail. Loving this wind noise. I like the wind. Especially when Wind Coast Studios is living up to its name, which it did a couple of days ago, actually. It was nice and windy out there, and I like being up in a comfortable office with the sound of wind outside. It's good stuff. One of my favorite things to do as a kid, growing up in my house in northern Connecticut, northwestern Connecticut, was when there was a snowstorm outside and it was windy. This was my favorite thing. In bed with my little tape player right next to it, playing the cassette tape of the NPR version of The Hobbit, listening to that while the wind and snow was blowing outside. That was the best. So good. Oh, that was great. Good night, Shadowed. Sleep well, man. Yeah, we'll go for another like 15 minutes or so, and then we'll wrap up ourselves. We'll see. I would love to actually get to the fortress if I can today. That would be good. So we'll have a lot to do once we're in that fortress, I think. Good night, Shadowed. All right, last call, last call. But yeah, I love doing that. Listening to The Hobbit. I still have those cassettes too, although fortunately I have now digitized the files and everything so that they can be preserved for longer, because physical medium was starting to show its age big time some time ago. But yeah, listening to the cassette tapes while the wind and the snow was blowing outside, it was the best. And then the next day, if all went well, we had a snow day, and then I didn't have to go to school. Okay. I will always associate the song by Chuck Mangione, who's a flugelhorn player, and you've heard it if you've ever listened to like any soft rock station for any period of time. And the song was ba 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 da ba 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 da Because 1080 WTIC, AM 1080, which was the local news station in Hartford, Connecticut, would play that music while they read through the cancellations. So they were like reading through, and they're like, and they went alphabetically. So they're like, you know, Ansonia, and they went through all of them, and then he got to Canton. Hour delay or canceled completely. And so listening to the radio with that music and listening to it as they would call cancellation of school or whatever, that was the that always was associated with good stuff for me. Okay, the trail rather. You follow the trail. A thin plume of smoke rises to the east. Oh, please let this be a fire. Look at the smoke. From what you can make out, the smoke seems to be rising steadily but thinly. Oh, it is more like mist than smoke from a bonfire. You slip onwards through the crater. Okay, that's a little different then. Oh man, I was hoping it was a fire, but doesn't sound like it. Okay, so 3 choices, chat. Do we go along the trail? Do we go to the low building? Or do we go towards the smoke? But it seems like more like mist than smoke. Feels so good. I think that's probably right. Yeah. The classic. All right, chat. What's it going to be? So dollar sign vote space 1 means we go along the trail. Dollar sign vote space 2 is here, the low building. Dollar sign vote space 3 is towards the smoke, which apparently is not smoke, but is something else. In fact, I should find that. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to mute this for just a second because I want to listen and see if it's right. As I wait through a billion ads. Okay. Yep. Yep, that's the song. That's the one. Chuck Mangione, man. The flugelhorn had a very mellow sound that was kind of cool for a certain kind of music. Wow, he's still around. 1940, he's 82. He's still around. That's cool. That was his big, and that was his big hit in 1977. Very cool. All right. So it looks like we're going for the low building. You pass by a low stone building in the wastes. As the morning moves on, the wind begins to rise. Okay, I'm going to look at it. The wind washes through the upper story, and gripweed and yellow bright spark peer out from the shattered windows. The building was perhaps once an inn, perhaps a trading post, perhaps a place for guides to welcome newcomers to the great fortress beyond. Now it has crumbled to half its stake. Okay, I'm going to pick the bright spark because you pluck a sprig of bright spark. It has bright yellow flowers, but it is completely useless as most wild plants are, so quickly you toss it aside to wither. Oh, okay. All right, chat, what are we going to do? Are we going to... It's a trap. Dollar sign vote space 1, go inside the building, or dollar sign vote space 2, leave it. We're going to go inside the building or leave it. Ah, da 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 da, boom, boom, boom. Leave it. Da 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 da, boom, boom, boom. Boop, 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 boop. 2 down, there you go. When MacArthur Park in the driving snow. Uptown, they're giving it out. Better lay your claim. Get home, you're not alone, 'cause it just broke out of the danger zone. Leave it. That's Yes. That's Yes, Leave It from the 80s. Great song. Yes is a great band. I mean, like, Owner of a Lonely Heart's a great song. Roundabout's a great song. Leave It is a great song. Great stuff. You know Danger Zone? Flying. I need more votes than one vote, chat. $ vote space 1 is to go inside the building. Vote space 2 is to leave it. Yeah, Owner of a Lonely Heart is great. Owner of a lonely heart. Do-do-do-do. Owner of a broken heart. Much better than a owner of a lonely heart. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, Leave It is great as well. And Roundabout, you know Roundabout, right, Dragon? I'll be the roundabout. Take your time without an out. I'll spend the day away. Does the mountains come out of the sky and they stand there? Yeah, great stuff. You feel like the gripweed's going to grab us? Could, although, yeah, well, shattered windows. I just want to find a place we can set a fire. That's what I want. All right, last call, last call. Going once. Miami Sound Machine. Oh, man, I haven't heard that for a while. What's the song? Who did the, he don't need the glamorous life. She don't need a man's touch. She wants to lead the glamorous life without love. It ain't much. It's an 80s song. Was that Miami Sound Machine or was that Sheila E? Oh, that's Sheila. Yeah. Right. It got confusing. Because there was Sheila E. and there was Sheena Easton. But yeah, Sheila E. And very confusing because they actually show up in the same video. Because Sheila E. is on percussion for Prince in the You Got the Look video. And Sheena Easton is in that video also. So, but yeah. You got the look. You got the look. All of a sudden we're like 80s trance. Your face is slamming. Do-do-do-do. Body slamming. His love is good. Okay. All right. It's Shania Twain. No, that would not be the case. Going once. Going twice. All right. So we are going inside the building. You put a hand on the frame as you step through the listing doorway. You enter the crumbling building. It is missing its roof, so you are exposed to the sky. Interesting. So, do we search the building? Do we pause to pray? Or do we move on? What do we do, chat? Gripweed is going to grab us. I'm not sure I'm getting the... What's the Miami Sound Machine reference there, though? I'm forgetting what the hell Miami Sound Machine did. Wasn't that with Gloria Estefan? Wasn't she Miami Sound Machine? It was, yeah, it was, right? But I don't remember. But I'm trying to remember what the heck the song was, though. Rhythm is gonna get you. Oh yeah. And then that makes me think of the other 80s band with their single hit, Gonna Be With the Rhythm of the Night and Dancing to the Morning Light by the inimitable DeBarge, which had one hit, and that was it. What a song. What a song for their history. Yep, DeBarge. Yep. All right, last call, last call. $ vote space 1 to search the building, 2 to pause to pray, and 3 to move on. Okay. And here we go. Let's search the building. With great care, you search the rest of the room but find nothing of interest. The building is quite empty, but carved on one wall is what appears to be a scratched message. Okay, I'm going to read the message. You read over the message. Third spe that the Throbin doors is L of Invis. Third spe that the Throbin doors is L of Invis. Well, that's clear as mud. Third the Throbin doors is like, yeah, well of invisibility. Third spell, throbbing doors, is a spell of invisibility. Well, we know that something to do with the Throbin doors for sure. All right, chat. Do we $ vote space 1 pause to pray, or $ vote space 2 move on? $ vote space 1 pause to pray, $ vote space 2 move on. It ain't much. It ain't much. And then, of course, if we're talking 80s songs here, we've also 80s songs of that type. We've also got, it's from the soundtrack of The Karate Kid. It's a cruel, cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you've gone. From Bananarama. Yep, Bananarama. Which is not the best summer song. To me, the best pop summer song, the one that most perfectly captures the like beach town wistfulness of summer, is Don Henley's Boys of Summer. Out on the road today, I saw a deadhead sticker on a Cadillac. A little voice inside my head said, don't look back, you can never look back. I thought I knew what love was, what did I know? Those days are gone forever, I should just let 'em go, but... And then he goes way out of my range. I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. That song is so good at capturing the feel of like... Because if any of you, and I live right near the water. My area is not what I would call beach town because there's a lot more going on all year. But I have been in those places, and if you go to a beach town like in December, it is a little depressing, honestly, because it just feels like the place is just absolutely dead. And it has that kind of like, I don't know, like I say, cold wistfulness almost to it. Very cool. The great Don Henley from the Eagles, of course. Okay, going once, going twice, and all right, we are moving on. There is nothing more here to find. You slip outside of the aged building and back into the light. Aha! We have found a clue. All right, let me just take a look at that quickly. Nice. So that gives us the clue to work with and stuff. Okay. All right, so we go outside. Right. You step out back into the trail and look around once more. Suddenly you hear the stamping of boots across the gravel. A troop of guards is approaching from the east. Well, crap. Okay. Oh, damn it. I hate it when it does that. Ah. All right, hang on a second, chat. It does this thing happens, and it's been happening as part of Windows since time immemorial, where it like closes all the pages. Like somehow it's like, you want me to minimize everything, right? No, I'm not going to reboot. But it's like, you want me to minimize everything, right? I'm just like, no. Why would I ever want you to like? Okay, you sure? Because I could do that. You're like, uh-huh. Arv bed. Yeah, I know. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. We once we get past this and close to the fortress, we're close to the end of it. Okay, so here are our choices. Right. Our choices are as follows. We can either hide. We can watch. That seems less sensible. Or we can cast a spell. It's a sign? Oh, yeah. I see. Wall. We can create an invisible wall. I mean, we won't be invisible. We can just stop them from moving. Create an invisible wall. That requires 3 stamina. Okay. Whoops. We can cast How to find safe passage. That's 1 stamina. So there's that. There's Hot, which creates a fireball and which will immediately get us, you know, with all the freaking guards. So that seems less good. That's certainly aggressive. We have got Yob, which would summon a giant. Okay. We do have a giant's tooth, although we only have, I think, 1. Or we could use... We don't have invisibility because we don't have a ring, so we can't do that. Let's see. They do H. We did wall. H, Y, and W, right? We did those. Okay. So those are our choices, chat. That's true. Yob does not use stamina. That's true. Does not use stamina, but it does use up the giant's tooth. Just letting you know. So we can either hide. $ vote space 1 is hide. We can $ vote space 2 watch. That seems a little not such a smart idea if we're trying to avoid being detected. $ vote space 3 means cast wall. Create invisible wall. That may stop them from coming to us, maybe, but it doesn't like stop them from seeing us. Cast How means safe passage. That's 1 stamina. I could maybe see that, but it does require stamina. Cast Hot is very aggressive. That's the I'm going to destroy them. Cast Hot, create fireball, 3 stamina. Or cast Yob, which summons a giant. And I mean, that certainly would distract them with the giant, but it also would use up our giant's tooth. And we could hide and then watch theoretically, although we don't know. I do want to check and see if we have how many giant's teeth we have. We have 3. So, yeah, I mean, we do have enough. I just don't know whether... We do have enough for that. I just don't know whether it makes sense based on... I don't know. It feels very much like the way to avoid detection is not by creating a giant. Like, hello, randomly a giant. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, all right, we need to be just like the shadows in the darkness. Summon giant. Like, I don't think that's quite how it rolls. I don't believe. All right. Going once. Going twice. All right. We're going to hide. You waste no time and dive off the path into the scrub, hurrying away through the bushes until you were out of sight. Okay. You stumble through this thick scrub. You hear the guard patrol stamping away in the distance. As the sun climbs the sky, the winds begin to rise. A short distance ahead, you spy a large black bundle hanging from a tree. Okay, I'll look at it. The bundle is long, at least 6 feet tall and jet black. It sways slightly as it dangles from the branch. As you get closer, you notice a chain running from the bundle to a stake in the ground. You also notice the bundle is somewhat hairy. Looking closer, you spot a large pink mouth with a long snout. It is a giant bat, much larger than those in the Shamutanti Hills. Thankfully, it's still asleep, hanging upside down with its wings folded around. The creature snores deeply. You follow the chain with your eyes from the ground to the bat's leg. It has enough length to let the bat fly to the tree, but not much further. Who would trap a giant bat in the middle of a crater? Okay, so we can wait and watch, or we could cast a spell or move on. So let's see what we've got as far as spells are concerned. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking, you know. SUS, I mean, sense danger. We could cast Sus, which is sense danger, 1 stamina. I mean, I think we can see for ourselves that it's dangerous, so I'm not sure that that helps much. We could cast Sun, which creates light, but we're outside already. I mean, that doesn't cost any, like, that doesn't cost any stamina, because we have a Sun Jewel, but it also, I mean, we're outside, and like, it's not dark, so I don't know why what that does. Except maybe wake up the bat. We could cast Howl, which is, again, safe passage, 1 stamina. We could cast... We could cast Huff, which requires a Gale Horn. I guess, what is that, like blow the bat out of the wind, out of the tree or something? Except that he's already chained, so I don't know what that does there. That does not cost any stamina, though. I guess, but again, it certainly is going to wake the hell out of the bat. Let's see. SF. Could create a force field. But that is 3 stamina, so that's expensive stamina-wise. Or... one other one is this. Nope, 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 nope. So the one thing I don't like about this system, originally from a touchscreen, is sometimes it does not get this right. Okay. Zen. We could hover in the air. I mean, I guess. That doesn't cost any stamina, but again, I'm not totally sure what the end game of that is, but we could do that. Okay. Alright. Or we can move on. So we could wait and watch. We can cast Sus, which is sense danger. That's 1 stamina. Sun, that creates light. Again, don't see what the value of that is, but we could. Cast Howl, find safe passage, 1 stamina. Okay, I could see that, maybe. Cast Huff, create wind. Again, the bat's chained, so I don't entirely know what the benefit is of that, but whatever. Cast Foff, creates force field. That's expensive, though, 3 stamina. Cast Zen, hover in air. I don't really know what the benefit of that is, but I don't know. And then move on is obvious. So that you know what that does. So $ vote space 1 is wait and watch. $ vote space 2 is cast Sus. $ vote space 3 is Sun. $ vote space 4 is Howl. $ vote space 5 is Huff. $ vote space 6 is Foff. That's a force field. $ vote space 7 is cast Zen. And $ vote space 8 is move on. And we have avoided the guards. So either way. So what do you want to do? And we will close up shop here momentarily. As I say, I'd like to get to the fortress. Depending on how this goes, we may do that if it brings us up, like, close to the fortress. If not, then the next session we would actually get into the fortress, which is... yeah. Alright, I have 1 vote for wait and watch and 1 vote for move on. Out on the road to day I saw a redhead sticker on a Cadillac. Okay, I do need someone to break this tie, chat. Need someone to break this tie. $, vote space 1, wait and watch. 2, sus, 3, sun, 4, how, 5, huff, 6, fof, 7, sen, 8, move on. All right. Going once. Going twice. Okay. We're going to wait and watch. You hang back. The creature is stirring a little in its sleep, but nothing more. Interesting. Okay, well, we could keep watching. I'm going to add one option here. Okay, I'm going to move this down there. We're going to move this down here. And this is like this. Okay, so we could... There we go. So we just added one thing. Keep watching. $ vote 1, keep watching. $ vote 2, keep closer. $ vote space 3, cast sun. $ vote space 4, how. $ vote space 5, huff. 6, fof, 7, zen, 8, sus, and 9, move on. So we either keep watching is 1, creep closer is 2, all the spells 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and move on is 9. So please get your vote in, chat. I'm going to wrap here pretty soon. Very soon. To say wait for the meme. Hey, Coven, how you doing? Happy New Year, Coven. I don't think I've actually seen you since the New Year, so Happy New Year. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing okay. Hades mode. Hey, girl, creep a little closer. I know it's midnight. Somebody's watching me. And I got no privacy. Oh. All right, we only have one vote, chat. Think we can do better than that. $ vote space 1, keep watching. 2, creep closer. 3, sun. 4, how. 5, huff. 6, fof. 7, zen. 8, sus. 9, move on. No. I know you were. I know you were. I was just saying that because I was thinking about the for some reason Rockwell came into my head. But no, I know you were doing Too Shy. Many songs of the time. I love Daryl Hall. I think Daryl Hall is pretty cool, but like that song Private Eyes. Private Eyes, watching you, watching your every move. Private Eyes, watching you. Private Eyes, watching you, watching you. Yep. Or Every Breath You Take, of course. Another Keep Watching You song. Man, they were really paranoid in the 80s. Yeah, I've heard of Matt Walsh, yes. What did he do? Really stalky or creepy. Yeah, well, yes. That's true. Yes, it's true. It's not paranoia if they really are after you. Okay. All right, I'm going to last call this. I do need someone to break this tide. I know. Everyone's just like, this is really great. Yeah, and even Sting said that he's like, yeah, this is really about a little more than like, than just, let's get close to each other. That's not what that means. Even the song, like the setup of it is that way. I mean, it's not just a pleasant little love song. Really? Oh, that sucks. The hell is Matt Walsh doing, like, trolling TikTok to tweet TikToks? I'm really sorry to hear that, Coven. Jeez. Like, the guy doesn't have better things to do? Okay, chat. I do need someone to break this tie, so let's get this vote in, please, because I need to wrap up here. $ vote space 1 for keep watching, 2 for creep closer, or you see the other choices there, but let's get that vote in, please. Please and thank you. $ vote space 1 for keep watching, $ vote space 2 for creep closer. Get your votes in. Vote. Vote now. Vote now, forever. Hold your peace. Actually, don't hold your peace. Just vote now. You can do it. Get in that vote. Get in that vote. Making that vote. Oh, yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me that he would say that because that's the playbook, right? That's the playbook. The playbook is to accuse trans people, queer people, also of pedophilia and grooming. It's this is all stuff that it's projection from super evangelical right-wing conservatives who do a lot of this themselves because there's way more child abuse and way more grooming and way more pedophilia and stuff like that happening on that segment. So they project. They always project. And then the second thing is that this has been the big sort of wedge issue that they've tried to get is to try to claim that this is the real thing they're concerned about is protecting kids. It's classic. And it's yeah. All right, chat. I need somebody please vote for this. Break this tie. Vote 1 for watching. Vote 2 for creep closer. One or the other, please. Please, someone break this tie so I can get through this section here and we can wrap for the night. So $ vote space 1, please. Somebody. And $ vote space 2, creep closer. Take down this wall. Thank you, Emily. All right. And I'm going to close this. You walk closer, careful to not make any noise. You are still a few feet away when the creature begins to lazily stretch open its wings. Its eyes have not yet opened. You stop, frozen to the spot, hand at the hilt of your assassin's sword. The bat's head swivels this way and that, and then its beady eyes come to rest on yours. Well, crap. Charge. Let's see what we've got by way of spells. Probably the same sort of ones. Nope, not the same ones. We've got Cause Strength requires fire water. Problem is we don't have any fire water, so that doesn't work. So never mind Pep. Pop creates explosions. So we could cast Pop, which creates explosions. We have a pebble or two. But we do not have, and that wouldn't use up any stamina. Zen allows us to hover in the air. We know about that. Zap creates lightning. Uses 3 stamina, but that is an option. Okay. Zip we have used before. That would allow us to teleport. So that would also be another option. Cast Zip. We used that earlier tonight, actually. Okay, we did Zap, Zip, and Zen is already there. I already did that. ZP. Not Sun, so we still have K. Kin. We could also summon a replica creature. Because we have a gold back mirror, so we could also summon another bat, I guess, to fight the other bat. Okay. Or we can run. All right, so here we go, chat. We can charge. That's $vote space 1. Cast Pop, $vote space 2. Cast Kin, $vote space 3. Cast Zap, $vote space 4. Cast Zip, $vote space 5. Cast Zen, Hover in Air, $vote space 6. Or run. So what would you like to do, chat? Summon a greater bat. Can't try talking to it. Apparently not. Yeah, it is a bad way to stun. No, it's true. Pop goes my heart. Oh, man. Hadn't thought about that for a while. Okay, sounds good, Emily. Sleep well. Yeah, I'm heading off to bed soon. I think this will be the last. Once we deal with this bat, we'll close down. We're not going to quite get to the fortress today. So this is the last. This may or may not be the last vote of the night, chat. So please get your votes in now. Kin allows us to summon a replica creature, but we've also got Charge. We could cast Pop. Zap is more stamina, but good night, Emily. Thank you as always. Zip causes teleportation. That could teleport us away. We do have a green ring, so we could do that. Zen hovers in air. I'm not sure what that does for us, but we could do that. Or Pop creates explosions. We have Pebbles, so up to you, chat, as to what you want to do. But I'm going to last call this because I want to move this along. Please, please, please vote and get your votes in now. Between Charge, Cast Pop, Kin, Zap, Zip, Zen, or Run. Please get your votes in. It's $vote space and then the number. Anybody? We're going to summon another bat, or are we doing anything else? Going once. Going twice. Lonely chained bat needs a companion. Probably. All right. Going to cast Kin and create another bat. Consulting the constellations above, you bind the spell, holding up the mirror, which starts to glow and flash. The two bats swirl and hiss, clawing at each other with ferocity. Soon enough, they crash to the ground in a tangle of bloodied wings and broken bones. It is an easy thing for you to finish them both off swiftly. Your journey into Mampang remains a secret. Whew! The trail runs in both directions through the crater. I guess what we ended up doing then, Triffid, is we ended up, like, eliminating him as a threat. Okay, we already did that. Okay. And, yeah, not a companion, but a companion stopper, I guess we have here. All right. So, having said that, though, chat. Having said that, we did make some excellent progress today. And let me Let me close this down. Okay. So as we're about to leave this behind, we are up to 14 out of 18 stamina. We have not eaten today, so we are going to need to eat at some point. Figure out a way to get those freaking raw meat and fish and all that cooked or whatever. 4 gold, but we have at the least avoided detection still. We managed to swing over the chasm. We found out that there's something that we're going to lose access to the Goddess of Justice inside the Fortress of Mampang. We got out of that building. We got a clue, so that's good. So we've got this back to the trail. We already went this way, so really it'll be whether we go north, whether we go towards this smoke, which is really kind of like a mist, or whether we go east. I know, I left all that fresh bat meat. I know. Well, I got the impression there wasn't a lot of actual functional meat left by the time we got to the end of it. And we got the fox back, which is good. So we're in fairly good shape health-wise and otherwise. It's just figuring out what the next stage is where we're supposed to go. That's going to be the key. But that is not going to happen tonight because it is late. And the time has come for us to proceed. We are actually, we have now, because I'm curious, we have played so far about 6.6 hours, almost 7 hours. We've played so far of Sorcery 4. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I hit the wrong number. So we have done that so far, but it's been good. It's been good. We made some good progress today. We have more work to do, and we are almost to the fortress. And then when we get to the Fortress of Mampang, who knows what's going to happen? According to Libra, the Goddess of Justice, we're going to be in trouble. At least we won't be able to call on her. Or we won't be able to rewind our journey, so that's interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how this stuff all kind of plays out. But a lot of fun tonight. Saturday night, though, I'm going to be back after my daughter's birthday party. I'm going to be back here with Eberron, Oracle of War, as we continue with more amazing awesomeness from the Infinity and Beyond crew, Dungeons & Dragons, and Season 3, which has just started, of Oracle of War. The season is called Dogs of War, and the first part of Dogs of War is called Parliament of Gears. So that's going to be happening tomorrow at, again, around 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Programming note that could start a little later depending on whether my daughter's party goes later, but hopefully not. So that's going on. And then on Sunday at some point, we will have broadcast the recording of this thing which is being recorded right now, which is the conclusion of Girl by Moonlight Fractal Spire. That's going to be really cool. Very excited to see how that campaign closes up with the Strange Friends, and so that is recording right now, and that is going to be playing sometime on Sunday. I will then be off on Monday, and then I'll be back on Tuesday for the Patreon-fueled Chat Chosen Game of the Month. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Thank you, Dragon Spirits, for her to get something sweet. I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you, Dragon. That's very kind of you. And I will definitely endeavor to do that. I will add that into the mix. Thank you. That's very much appreciated. As always, thank you for the generosity, and I'll pass along that you did that as well for her. So where was I? So anyway, yes. So Tuesday, I love you, Colonel Sanders. God help me. Then at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, D&D with GOG, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, as that thing is getting moving on into the next stage, the next part of that adventure. And then Tuesday night, we have got Citizen Sleeper with our vocalists, and I've got a surprise coming up on Tuesday night as well. So that's going to be pretty awesome. You will definitely want to be here for that. If you liked what you saw and heard today, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. Discord is !ArvCord. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Website arvanelleron.com. Financially, the merchandise area is !ArvShop. The Patreon right there is !ArvTrayon. That really does make a difference. By the way, if you support the Patreon, I just posted some special art for you exclusively if you support the Patreon at the $5 or above level, coming to us from our very own Tari Tunes. So you might want to check that out, maybe related to a certain Shire Adventures campaign starting soon on this channel, perhaps. So you can find that on my Patreon. You can get a lot of other cool stuff which supports the channel and is cool for you individually and helps us out. So please consider that as well. Don't forget on Wednesday night. Yes, don't forget. That's right. Thank you again for the reminder. Wednesday night, Drew is going to be streaming. Wednesday night is first stream ever. So you'll definitely want to be there on his channel. Go follow him. Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be there not right at 9 p.m., but sometime after 10:15, maybe 10:30ish or so. I'm going to swing by. I'm looking forward to seeing how Drew does. It's going to be a good time. So That's happening on Wednesday, as I mentioned, and I already talked about the other stuff happening earlier in the week. And Patreon, yes. Subbing to the channel, as several people did today, is always appreciated. That also supports the channel. Of course, you get those custom sub badges to use everywhere across Twitch, and also get those inspirations to help our players, as you do with the Patreon support. Publishing-wise, exclamation point Icarus for my graphic novel from Mathis Arts, exclamation point Library for my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and exclamation point Gray Shade, novel of which came out last year from Mathis Arts. If you go there, you can get that book right now. You can get pre-order Renegade, which is coming out later this year in July, and then you can also pre-order Heretic, which is coming out next year, the last book in the Grey Assassin trilogy. You can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing game from Brandon O'Brien and Alligator Alley, coming out later this year, of Gray Shade, and of course the audiobook from Tren, Sparks, which is going to be coming out later this year as well. So that's the deal with that. Very exciting for all of that stuff. And lastly, as always, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point help now. Jeez, Dragon. Get her imported sweets. She's got plenty of sweets. I'll tell you right now. She has plenty of sweets. She's had no issues with that over the last couple of days. She does like sweets, so she has had no problems with that, Dragon. But thank you. Thank you so much for that, and I will take that into account. I absolutely will do that. So anyway, yes, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, exclamation point help now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention, important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well, and exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the fine people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. This is, they are fighting back with bravery and courage, but still this is devastating for them, and this is our way to be able to support them and send a message. We'll do that with others going forward as well. I want to thank the amazing viewers tonight. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Rudinell, Dragonspear, Drew the Damager, Shadowed Mage, Triffity Metz, and of course, Coven. Good to see you, Coven, as always. Wonderful to see all of my lovely Patreon supporters and subscribers too. Rudinell, Dragon, Drew, Shadowed, Triffid, and Mrs. Dunsel. And thank you to my wonderful viewers, to Zero One Infinity Simplex, Shypuff, Sunnif, and Valentina Alcaraz. Thanks, everyone. I will see you folks back here tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night, for D&D with INB as Eberron, Oracle of War, moves on. More sorcery to come in a couple of weeks, but this is going to do it for now. No raid tonight. It's late, and a lot of people have headed off to bed, so I'm going to do the same thing. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Much love, and I will catch you folks all soon. As always, be good to each other. Have a good night. Honk.